Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trevor Browne High School here on the west side of Phoenix. James Spoovy joining you alongside my broadcast partner this evening, Mr. Ed Cole. We're coming on the air a little bit late. We had a lightning delay, unfortunately, this evening, Ed, but we are about ready to get things going here in this 6A Fiesta Region contest. It's a beautiful evening out. It's cooled off a little bit, and we're about ready to get this thing going. We welcome you here inside the broadcast booth. Thursday Night Football on the air once again here on the Epic Sports Network, and we're excited to bring it to you. Trevor Browne and the Westwood Warriors.
Absolutely, but folks, you know Mother Nature is undefeated. When she wants to cause a ruckus, she does, and she, of course, put this game back about an hour or so we were just waiting around. But thank you guys for tuning in and sticking with us. We are excited for this game tonight. Trevor Browne, 5-0, 1-0 in the 6A Fiesta. This is a team that's on a major roll. They've won their last three games. They've shut out all their opponents, James. They shut out, where's my school? They shut out West Point. They shut out Copper Canyon and Maryvale by a combined 124-0 over the last three games. So defensively, they're on a roll. Offensively, they're on a roll. This is a team that averages about 240 yards rushing a game. And Westwood is not too shabby as well. They run the ball very well as well, 226 rushing yards per game. So expect to see a heavy dose of running for both of these football teams, James.
Yeah, running is the calling card, as you mentioned, Ed, for both these squads. So it's really going to see what defense is going to bend or break first here tonight. And a lot of points were expected to be scored here on this field this evening. You talk about Trevor Browne coming in here undefeated. Possibly the first time in school history. Max Preps doesn't even go back that far to see when Trevor Browne was 5-0 the last time. So this very well could be the first time in franchise history, and Coach Rangel really has these guys playing football.
He does, absolutely. Again, 3 straight games with shutouts. That lets you know their defense is playing at the top of their game right now. So let's see if Westwood can find a way to break through that and be one of the first teams in the last 4 games to score in this football team.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle royale here tonight in the 6A Fiesta region. We're so glad you joined us here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll take a short timeout and come right back here for the kickoff right here on Epic Thursday Night Football 2022 edition. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. We will be right back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix in just a couple of minutes.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
So to begin the ball game, the Bruins will receive the kick.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. A little bit of a late start. So far we're about 45 minutes late, but not too bad all in all. Lightning delay getting us started off here a little bit late tonight, but we're going to get this football game here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to start between Trevor Browne and Westwood. This should be a great one. Westwood coming off a huge win last week at Marana, 59-58, and we were pleased to award the Week 7 Ed Doherty medallion to wide receiver Nikita McCrimmon before tonight's ballgame. We had to end up doing that in the locker room there, Ed. But it was a special moment for that kid.
It was. Nikita, what a great young man. So far in this season, 37 rushes. He's heading on toward 500 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns. He's already got 2 100-yard rushing games to add with his 17 catches, 193 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So this young man can do it all. What a great young man. We've got the video up on the Epic Sports Network on our Twitter account, so go ahead and check that out. We had a great couple of minutes and giving that young man his props, giving him his flowers for his magnificent achievements this year?
Well deserved indeed for that young man, Nikita McCrimmon. He's been making plays all year long for this Westwood football team, and we'll see if they can continue that trend here tonight. So it should be a fun one here tonight from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. And this is my first time over here, Ed. I like the stadium atmosphere. It's sunken down in, and it's really like an old school stadium.
I really do like it. It's a very nice stadium. The field is great. The turf is magnificent. Of course, it's starting to sprinkle a little bit again, so let's hope, hope Mother Nature can kind of let up on that rain, but we'll try to get as much of this game in we can. We'll try to get a full 4 quarters in.
Yes, we will. There's a tiny bit of sprinkles going on right now, so we'll try to keep some of the equipment covered up here, and we're trying to get our score bug working as well here. So we'll do the best we can here tonight from Trevor G. Browne out in the rain, but we're about ready to kick things off here from the west side tonight. It's going to be a fantastic ball game. As soon as I can find my binoculars, that is.
The ball is kicked off. The Bruins get it on the return. That's number 4, Luis Ponce. He's a senior. The Bruins will take over first and 10, 11:51 left in the first quarter. Manny Campos, the starting quarterback for the Bruins, brings his offense out on the field for their first possession. This is only their second home game of the season, folks. Their first 4 games were on the road. And, of course, they had a game last week against Maryvale.
So now Jordan Hanks, correction, that is the quarterback, Manny Campos now in the shotgun on first down and 10 here for Trevor Browne. They hand it off, whistles right away. C.J. Greer gets the handoff, and this one's going to come back on the first play of the game.
Actually, at quarterback right now is Andrew Romero. That was number 3.
Dead ball, false start is the call.
False start against the Bruins. That'll back them up 5 yards. First and 15.
A 5-yard penalty now assessed to Trevor G. Browne. So the ball's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line. First down and 15 now here for the Bruins. So glad you joined us this evening here on the Epic Sports Network. Thursday Night Football on the air, 6A Fiesta Region Battle here. Two by two on the outside now for, they hand it off. They go far side now on a screen play. Eludes a tackler near the line of scrimmage. That is Luis Ponce on the reception out there, the senior for Trevor Browne. He's got 28 catches for 220 yards this season, along with 3 touchdowns. Picked up 3 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12 here from the 30-yard line for Trevor Browne. Toss now for Trevor Browne. They come near side across the 35-40. Room to run, a stiff arm at the 45, and finally forced out of bounds on the near side. Braden Adams on the stop.
That's Luis Ponce.
Luis Ponce on the carry that time for Trevor Browne, and he was off to the races there. A beautiful play, Ed.
James, we talk about how strong this Trevor G. Browne running game is. Of course, 236 yards rushing a game. We talked about that in the pregame. This is a fantastic running football team. We give credit to the offensive line for making those blocks for Ponce to take it off right guard and right tackle for a fantastic run, setting them up in fantastic field position at the 42-yard line.
They are off and running here, are the Trevor Browne Bruins here. Just inside our first quarter, 10:25 and counting. They hand it off now. And right there, immediately to wrap up Ponce, is a host of Westwood Warrior defenders.
Needs a couple before he's pushed back by a host of
Roper Reedhead among those. Reed had 23 total tackles, 21 of those solo for the 5'10", 165-pound junior. A 2-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 8 now upcoming here for Trevor Browne from the Westwood 40. Two by two on the outside. They send a man in motion now. They're going to give it. That is C.J. Greer on the carry for Browne. And you talk about a nice stat line, Ed. 62 carries, 451 yards.
Yes.
7.3 yards a tote and 5 touchdowns for Greer.
Yeah, and also he's got 3 100-plus rushing yards games this season. So C.J. is getting it done offensively for the Bruins.
3rd down and 7 here upcoming for the Trevor Browne Bruins. Two by one on the outside now. He's flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked at the 50-yard line. In there on the sack for the Westwood Warriors, that was Roper Reedhead, and once again, Reedhead just getting it done that time for the Westwood defense.
You mentioned the numbers coming into the game. Reedhead coming to the game, 23 tackles. What's impressive, James, 21 of his 23 tackles are solo, which means that Reedhead knows how to get it done. Of course, he'd love to have his brothers with him, but when all else fails and he has to get it done on his own, like he did right there in that one play, we're checking the replay right now, Roper Reedhead, number 33, got in there and got that sack.
Reedhead coming up big on defense on that first defensive possession there for the Westwood Warriors. And now Trevor Browne is going to punt it away. Back deep to receive for Westwood. This will be Ross Driggs, the 5'10", 165-pound senior. That ball will trickle out of bounds on the far sideline right about the 17-yard line. So that's where Westwood will start their drive. We're scoreless here inside the first quarter of action here from Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix. 75th Avenue and Thomas is the spot tonight. The only show in town here on Thursday Night Football.
Yes. The only other spot outside of Denver, Colorado,
yes.
which you are very familiar with.
Yes.
There's 2 teams playing in Denver, is that right?
There are 2 teams playing right now. Last time we checked during the rain delay here, it was 6-6 knotted up between the Colts and the Broncos. Haven't had a chance to check it since, but the action here is frivolous here inside our first quarter from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. The Westwood Warriors now onto the field for their first offensive possession, and we will check out Jordan Hanks, a 6'5", 195-pound junior, and he stands tall right there over the Westwood offense. They hand it off, going up to B-gap with a nice head of steam. That is Dominic Garcia, it appears, for the Westwood Warriors.
Westwood ball carrier gets about 5 yards. But he's brought down by number 44, Nick King.
Westwood now, once again, handing the ball off. Sterling Harris, the running back, the 5'10", 180-pound senior, getting the call once again there for Westwood. A pickup of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 right here. Possession play here for the Warriors. They're going to bootleg. He's going to keep it himself. He's got room to run, crossing the 30, out to the 35-yard line, and finally across the 40. Jordan Hanks with the wheels on display that time for Westwood, and a nice scamper there for the junior quarterback, excuse me.
Hanks coming into the game, 34 rushes. He likes to run the ball, 34 rushes, approaching 400 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns for Hanks.
Back to live action now. They try to go out the right-hand side. Nathaniel King, among others, knifing through there on defense that time for Trevor Browne. And a great stop. A loss of, we'll call it 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 12 now for Westwood. Twins left here now for Jordan Hanks. 2 by 1 on the outside. They hand it off. A full head of steam running across the 45-yard line. And Nikita McCrimmon right there getting it done with the legs that time for the Warriors.
Number 54 is down for Westwood, Matthew DeLuna. He's one of the tackles, a senior, 6 foot, 205. He's down on the deck, James.
So you mentioned we have an injured player on the field for the Westwood Warriors. So with that injury, we will also take the timeout. You're watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back to Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix in just a little bit.
And walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix. First quarter of action underway. 6 minutes and 19 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. Apologies for our score bug not connecting this evening for us. The injured player on that last play was number 54, Matthew DeLuna, the senior offensive tackle for Westwood. The Warriors swinging out into the flat. Now it's complete across the 40-yard line, and a nice pickup there on the play. Once again, the stud in action, Nikita McCrimmon.
That's what Nikita does. The young man we met in the locker room gave the award to. Nikita just gets it done on offense, defense. Against Marana, he had 20 rushes, 209 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This is the kind of output that this young man can do on a weekly basis, on a game-by-game basis, James.
That's why he won himself one of those Ed Doherty medallions. Here he is again, Nikita McCrimmon running off right tackle that time. And this young man is special, able to get it done out the gate. And once again, McCrimmon with another chain-moving first down right there for the Westwood Warriors.
The wide receiver slash defensive back, 6 foot, 175-pound senior. As you mentioned, JP, the young man can do it all.
Back to it live here now. The Warriors, no gain on the previous play. The ball sits at the 23-yard line. Second down and 10 here.
Number 9 for the Bruins, makes a stop.
2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. Hanks is going to call his own number on this play, and he gets rocked as he crosses the 20-yard line right there. And we'll take one more look at that right here. That was a smack right there in the middle on Jordan Hanks.
Yeah, you love to see the physicality of the defensive lineman coming up. They see the quarterback coming up through the hole, and they just got a free rein to get a shot on him. Unless he scoots down and gives up his body, he's free game. He's fair game, James.
3rd down and 3 here, as we have whistles and a timeout on the field called by the Trevor G. Browne Bruins. So with that timeout, we'll step aside and take it with them. You're watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. We're scoreless here. 4 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. We'll be right back.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix for.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. Third down possession play here for the Westwood Warriors. Jordan Hanks is going to keep it himself once again into the teeth of the Trevor G. Browne defense. And he's going to be close to the line to gain, but I don't think he has quite enough to get there. They do indeed move the chains. It's a first down now for Westwood, as Jordan Hanks just lowered the headgear that time and was not going to be denied there for the Westwood Warriors.
Hanks knew he was going to get some physicality. He was going to take some hits and some absorb some pressure right up there through the middle, but he was still able to get there and get the first down.
2-by-2 on the outside now. Hanks retreats, surveys the field. No one's open. He finds a man in the back of the end zone. It's complete for the touchdown. On the reception, number 3, Angelo Garcia. And how about that right there? A beautiful pitch and catch from Jordan Hanks to Angelo Garcia. One more look at it right here.
Hanks just rolls out to his left, just waits and buys some time, waiting for Angelo Garcia to get wide open right over there, way back in the back part of the end zone. And Angelo Garcia was wide open. That's his 11th catch of the season, and that's his first touchdown of the season, by the way.
Westwood looked like they were setting up a little swinging gate there for a minute, and now Garcia will stay on here for the PAT. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's no good. It looked to be a little bit short. And so our score, with 3:49 remaining here in our first quarter, Westwood on the board first, 6-0 here over Trevor Browne. And that was an impressive drive there from Westwood, especially behind a couple of dandy plays by Nikita McCrimmon.
It was great plays by McCrimmon and also great plays by Hanks at the quarterback position for his ability to roll out and run and get yards and convert on third downs to convert into first downs and keep the drive moving, eventually culminating in him rolling out to the left again, seeing Angelo Garcia open in the back part of the end zone, firing that touchdown. Very nice, accurate rollout and accurate throw and great catch by Garcia.
Outstanding grab there by Garcia, and a great job as well by Jordan Hanks buying that time there in the backfield and letting the play develop and then pulling that trigger at just the right time. A thing of beauty. Now the Westwood Warriors will kick it away to the Trevor Browne Bruins, leading 6-0. Back deep to receive for Browne, number 22, Ryan Henley, a sophomore. Maximus Chilzuk will kick it away for Westwood. It's a drubber out near the 40-yard line. He's finally brought down at the 42-yard line.
That was Manny Campos, actually the quarterback who got the return on that kickoff return, James.
How about that? The sophomore quarterback, Manny Campos. Campos 269 yards through the air, also able to run as well. 27 carries for 199 yards along with 2 touchdowns. An impressive stat line there for the sophomore quarterback. Browne goes back to work now. They hand it off. This is C.J. Greer. He crosses midfield, and finally he's still carrying the pile out across the 40-yard line. And Greer just not going to be denied on that play right there. Just keeps the legs churning and picks up more yards for the Bruins.
We talked about the 3 100-plus rushing yard games he has this season, and it's because of plays like that, because of his ability to continue, as you mentioned, continue to churn the legs and continue to fight for yards. We see it on the replay. C.J. Greer, as you mentioned, will not go down without a fight.
Trevor Browne moving the football now down to the Westwood 39-yard line. 1st and 10 Bruins. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Andrew Romero. Romero operates from the shotgun. He sends one in motion across the formation. C.J. Greer once again gets the call. He's going to try to cut it back, and he's right into the teeth of the Westwood defense, led that time by number 8, And unfortunately, we don't have a number 8 on our roster, as I saw you scrambling for that 8 as well right there, Ed.
You know, it could be Kamari Sleet.
It could be Sleet.
He is a defensive back.
And a good one, 24 tackles on the season, along with 1 TFL and 2 sacks.
Let's just go ahead and give it to him.
Let's go ahead and give it to Sleet. Kamari Sleet on a stop that time for the Westwood Warriors.
Hey, I'm going to change it on my score, on my roster. He's
no gain on the play. 2-by-2 on the outside once again here for Romero. C.J. Greer is the lone setback. A low snap, he goes to the air. It's into the breadbasket at the 25-yard line, and he's running down the near sideline. A great pitch and catch on the reception. Asiel Rodriguez Prado, and the senior wide receiver coming up with a big play right there for the Bruins.
Great job by Romero seeing that Prado had that space. He had that separation from the defensive back. He got beyond him, and Romero just threw an accurate pass to Prado, Rodriguez Prado, and Prado did the rest, getting them down in great field position at the 9-yard line, 1st and goal.
One receiver to each side now for Romero. He's going to hand it off. This is C.J. Greer. He's up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. Absolutely too much speed that time from C.J. Greer, and there's no way Westwood's defensive line was going to catch him.
With the power of that offensive line doing the push that they did, and C.J. Greer just running, as you mentioned, right off that A-gap, straight up the middle. That was about as easy a touchdown as C.J. Greer will get. Nobody touched him as he was easily able to walk into the end zone. We'll check the replay right here.
It was good stuff right there from Greer.
Very good.
On for the PAT now. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. Our score, the Trevor Browne Bruins 7 and the Westwood Warriors 6. 1 minute and 49 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. We'll step aside, take a short timeout, and come right back here for more epic Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. Our score, the Bruins of Trevor Browne High School 7 and the Westwood Warriors 6. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. A pretty swift first quarter here so far after I believe it was about a 45 to 50-minute lightning delay, but we finally got things going after we were able to present the Ed Doherty medallion to Nikita McCrimmon in the locker room there. And we're playing football here finally tonight at TGB, Ed.
Yeah, thank goodness. This is a beautiful stadium. We mentioned it earlier. This is a phenomenal stadium. First time for you to be here and first time for me to be here, folks. This is an outstanding venue for football. If you've never been to Trevor G. Browne High School, right off, as you mentioned, right off 75th and Thomas pretty much, this is a phenomenal campus. You got to come out and see here and see a game because this is a really good football team. At 5-0, this is a team that could very well contend for a state title.
Very well, and they are definitely in the mix right now. You've got to talk about it when you talk about some of the top teams in the state. I mean, how can you do any better than 5-0?
You can't.
You can't. It's impossible.
Well, at least Westwood was able to break that streak, James, of 3 straight shutouts that Trevor G. Browne had put up. So they're not invincible.
That's absolutely a great sign for Coach Large and the Warriors, isn't it, my son? My goodness.
Yeah.
We're ready to resume play now here. Westwood goes back to work from the Bruins 48-yard line. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. Hanks is going to give it going backside now, and snuffing that play out right away was number 9 for Trevor G. Browne, and that is Rayvonte Hill. And watch Hill right there just run down that running back from the backside.
Yeah, that was Porter Jeffries.
Yeah,
yeah, great job by Ray Vontae. Just lowering his head and just making that pop on Porter Jeffries. Great physical play there by Hill.
Hill did a great job as well, not overrunning that play. That's what you'll see a lot of D linemen do in that scenario right there on a backside play. A loss of 1 now. He adds 1 TFL to his yearly total. 2nd and 11 here from the 49. Jordan Hanks changing the play at the line, 2-by-2 on the outside. And we have what should be a delay of game. It'll be a timeout, actually, called by Westwood and Coach Large. So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. You're watching Epic Sports Network's presentation of Thursday Night Football right here. Back to Trevor G. Browne in just a minute.
0887.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for.
Welcome back to Trevor G. Browne here in Phoenix. The Westwood Warriors hand it off, coming near side, out to the 45-yard line. A great play right there. On the carry, Sterling Harris. One more look at it right here, and a nice run there by Harris. Possession play now here coming up for Westwood. This will be 3rd down and 7. They hand it off, and a lot of physicality in the middle there that time you saw, Ed. A lot of hard hits in the middle. Sterling Harris got the call that time once again for Westwood, and a host of Bruins there wrapping him up.
Yeah, Ray Vontae Hill was the first one to try to get to Harris. He was able to shed Hill's would-be tackle and just continue to move his legs and keep grinding and trying to get just a little bit closer toward the 1st down. Nice run by Harris.
We have reached the end of our first quarter. Our score, the Trevor G. Browne's Bruins 7 and the Westwood Warriors 0. We'll be right back here for more epic Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
We welcome you back for 2nd quarter action here from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. This one picked off. Trevor Browne on the interception, going far side with it that time. Number 6 on the INT, Damian Gallegos. And one more look at it right here. What a fantastic play there from Gallegos to open our 2nd quarter.
Yeah, Gallegos saw where Hanks was trying to go, and he just jumped the route. Fantastic job by the linebacker, seeing where the football was, being in perfect position, and he just picked it off and took it the other way. Phenomenal job on defense as Trevor G. Browne continues to play solid defense, setting their offense up in great field position, James.
So now Trevor Browne with an excellent opportunity here at the 40-yard line of Westwood. First down and 10. Romero remains in at quarterback. He's going to go to the air. The ball falls incomplete. Luis Ponce was the only one in the area for Trevor Browne. No gain on the play. Second and 10 upcoming here for the Bruins.
Great pressure by Sean Seeley, number 42, the linebacker, 6 foot, 200-pound junior. Just came straight up the middle, got that pressure on Romero, forcing him to throw that incompletion, JB.
Make sure to stay with us, folks. At halftime, we'll be joined here by Cody Cameron from ArizonaVarsity.com, also from Rivals.com as well. He'll talk to us about the first half of play here from Trevor G. Browne. A nice night out, Ed, after we finally got the rain clouds out of here. They're going to pitch it coming near side. This is C.J. Greer. He lowers the headgear at the 39-yard line, and a great defensive play there from Westwood, shutting down Greer almost immediately after he got the handoff.
That's what you want to do. You need to front C.J. Greer. You need to throw bodies at him. Wherever he is, bodies need to be there, because if you do not account for what C.J. Greer is able to do, which is run the ball at an extremely high level, you've got to be able to match force with force, power with power, if you're going to stop CJ.
A gain of 1. That was a tough yard right there from C.J. Greer.
Yes,
Third down
was.
and 9 possession play here upcoming for Trevor Browne. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Hope you're enjoying the game wherever you may be watching from. Make sure and get in the comments there and let us know who you're cheering from or where you're watching from. Let us know all of it. What you're eating for dinner tonight. There's a slightly busted play from Romero, but he makes something out of nothing. He goes right side with it, elevates, and connects with a receiver on the far side of the field. How about that from Romero? You talk about getting out of trouble. That's exactly what he did right there.
Yeah, Romero ran into Ryan Henley. They were trying to make a handoff, and that didn't work. So Romero had to roll to his right, and he saw Luis Fierro wide open. Well, he wasn't wide open. He was covered. But still, he just lofted it. Fierro did a great job of elevating and catching the ball in traffic.
Ross Driggs on the stop on the far side over there, the senior defensive back for Coach Large and the Warriors. First down and 10 now, Trevor Browne from the 20. They are matriculating the football down the field right here, Ed. Romero hands it off. Once again, this is C.J. Greer. He's going to turn it back upfield and cuts ahead for a couple of positive yards down to the 15. And once again, Greer not afraid to lower the headgear and pick up extra yardage.
Of course not. With that offensive line, he's got Oscar Saldana, Jose Montez, Christian Ramirez, Diego Alonso, among others. That's why he's so really good at running, because of his abilities and because of the abilities of his offensive line to do what they do, allowing CJ to do what he needs to do.
Exactly right. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero on 2nd and 4. They toss to C.J. Greer. He's got a blocker. He's around the corner and into the end zone for the touchdown. C.J. Greer once again running behind that big offensive line, and he had a blocker out in front, and then it was just gas all the way to pay dirt.
Once you pitch the ball to Greer and he gets that outside level, as you mentioned, the offensive line block for him, he gets to the outside. That kid is almost unstoppable. As you saw him on that play, C.J. with so much speed, and once he gets to the outside, he is just off to the races, and he makes it look effortless by the way he runs and gets into the end zone for the touchdown.
Miguel Fierro on for the PAT. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Our score, Trevor Browne 14 and the Westwood Warriors 6. 9 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in our first quarter. Stay with us. More Thursday Night Football coming your way next right here on the Epic Sports Network.
Everyone.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. We're on the west side tonight. 75th Avenue and Thomas, a nice stop on special teams there for Browne. That was number 11, Manny Campos. And this quarterback, I tell you what, that's what you want if your coach Rangel is a quarterback with a linebacker mentality.
Well, James, did you see that they recovered that onside kick? Trevor Browne has the football back.
They have the football indeed. And
yes.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry I was trying to work the commercials there for a moment and I missed it.
So here's an illustration of how good this running game is. Over the last 2 wins against Copper Canyon and Maryvale, James, Trevor G. Browne ran for 58 times, 736 yards, and 11 touchdowns in their last 2 games to add 2 more from C.J. Greer tonight. So that's 13 in 3 games.
And now they have the football back, leading 14-6. First down and 10 now from the 46. They hand it off, far side now. And finally forced out of bounds is Luis Ponce. He's ran out of bounds on the far side by number 15, Ross Driggs, the 5'10 senior. And Driggs did a great job of forcing the issue over there on the far side.
James, don't you love the moxie of the Bruins? They're up 14-6, and they're going to go ahead and onside kick it. This is the second straight time they onside kicked it. They almost got it last time on C.J. Greer's first touchdown run. But for them to onside kick it in the second quarter, I love this.
Beast mode. It's beast mode is what it is, Ed.
This is great.
Second down and 7 here for the Bruins. Romero hands it off once again. This is Ponce getting the call, and he's out to the 40-yard line. Stopped that time by number 43, Winston Ty McCovey, the 5'11", 205-pound senior linebacker for Westwood.
To be an effective running game, you don't always have to bust off long runs like C.J. Greer does at times. Sometimes you just pound it, ground it and pound it like you're doing with Luis Ponce right here. One play after another. Eventually, you're going to break off one if you continue to go at this pace. The defense can't hold this running game for that much longer before they break off a long one.
They will. And indeed, 3 yards in a cloud of dust is the old mantra. Third down and 4 here for Trevor Browne. 2 by 1 on the outside for Romero. He's got split backs. He's going to hand it. He's going to keep it himself. Romero tries to make his way toward the line to gain, and he is stopped nicely on the play there. And I want to say that that was number 42, Sean Seeley, on the stop. Let's take another look at that previous play here. That was a fantastic job in run support there for Westwood.
It was. Seeley saw that Romero was going to run it right up the middle, and he just ran right to him. Simple tackle. He just ran up, saw the quarterback, had the football, ran up and made a linebacker's play. That's what he does.
See ball, get ball, right, Ed?
Yep.
4th down and 2 here for Westwood, or excuse me, for Trevor Browne, and they look to go for it right here. Whistles and a timeout on the field called by the Bruins. So we'll keep it right here. 7 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in our first half. 14-6, Trevor Browne. This is a great football game right now, but Westwood's going to have to do something here and try to at least keep Trevor Browne out of the end zone, maybe hold him to a field goal.
Sure. If you can stop them, ideally you'd like to stop them right here, James, on 4th and 2, and your offense takes over. But if they do convert on 4th down, continue to fight. If you're a defense against this vaunted running attack, I know it's going to be hard, but you've got to find a way to get to Greer and Ponce and slow these guys down. And Romero, when he decides to run, they've got so many guys that they can throw at you from a running game standpoint. That defensive line has got to find a way to penetrate and get some stops on this running attack.
Yeah, they've done a couple of good jobs, especially on the far side. When they ran it far side, did Trevor Browne, Westwood able to get through there and penetrate a little bit, but they're going to have to continue to do that and maintain that outside contain, because these speedsters like Greer and Ponce, and I could keep going, Romero, when he calls his own number as well, if they get outside, look out.
Yep. It's just all about execution. Run your plays. Do your job. That's what your head coach wants you to do. That's what you have to do.
4th down and 2 here. 2 by 1 on the outside now for Romero. He sends one in motion. He gives it on the jet sweep. Coming near side, he's got 2 yards and then some across the 30, 25, and finally out near the 20-yard line. A fantastic gain on the play, but penalty flags fly, and this one could be coming back. That one looks like the area of holding.
It was either holding. I know they got a face mask. Eric Washington was the running back that got the ball. He's actually a defensive back, but I thought they got a face mask on one of the defenders for Westwood.
Let's take another look at the previous play right here while we wait for the official ruling from our AIA officiating crew.
Could be holding or a face mask. I know it's definitely a face mask. I saw that.
You see the speed once again on display there for Trevor Browne.
It is holding.
That was Eric Washington on the carry. Holding is the call against Trevor Browne.
And that face mask, so they'll offset penalties.
And a face mask on Westwood, so offsetting penalties, and we'll replay the fourth and 2 right here.
So your holding call was right, and my my face mask call was right.
How about that, right? We're paying attention to what's going on the field.
Hey, we should be referees.
It happens every once in a while.
Can we referee and call the game at the same time?
I don't know.
Has that ever been done?
I don't know. We're producing and calling and audio mixing and everything else at the same time.
We might as well go down there and do it, yeah.
Why not, Ed? 4th down and 2 here upcoming for the Bruins. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. We got a little bit of a late start, but we got this thing going finally here at TGB. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. Split backs in the backfield. They hand it off. That is C.J. Greer, and he runs into a stalwart, also known as Braden Adams. And I don't know if he got it, Ed.
I don't know. It depends on.
It's going to be real close.
Yeah, it depends on that spot. It's going to be very, very close. They've got it. Was at the 36-yard line?
Westwood's defense right there on time, and it looks like he might have been down shy of the line to gain. Right now they have the ball spotted very close. It's going to be hard to tell. I would imagine they want to do a measurement right here.
But it's 4th and 2. They have to do a measurement, don't they?
They're going to have to because they have the ball spotted right at the 36.
Unless they give him the first down. Wait a minute.
And the down marker
the marker's
sits
still
at
4.
the 37.
Yeah, are they going to do a measurement? Because it's 4th down. They're going to have to unless they give him the first down.
I think they're backing the players up here a little bit for a measurement indeed.
I don't see the chains coming out, but they're going to.
Trevor Browne taking advantage of the time.
Here come the chains.
Talking things over. They will indeed measure this one right here.
This is huge right here for Westwood.
This is big time.
Oh, it's huge for both teams, but for Westwood, most definitely.
Even bigger for Westwood,
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's going to be very, very close.
Oh.
They're going to set the chains down right there, and we shall see.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it.
He is short of the line to gain. It's a turnover on downs, and you mentioned it, Ed. That is big right there for the Westwood Warriors, trailing 14-6 here in the 6A Fiesta Region battle.
It is. As C.J. Greer just ran the last 2 touchdown runs for them, it was imperative for Westwood to get that stop right there, for the Warriors to get that stop, and they fought like Warriors to get that stop on 4th and 2. And their offense comes back on the field. Let's see what Jordan Hankson's offense can do. Can they drive back down the field, get a score? If they get a touchdown, do they decide to go for 2, or they just kick the extra point? Because it's still early, but if you want to go for 2, you go for 2.
Westwood now going back to work here on 1st down and 10. They hand it off right up the middle, right to the 45-yard line goes Sterling Harris, and a nice pickup there from Harris, and a nice chunk of yardage there to start the drive for Westwood.
Yeah, I like the way that Sterling Harris ran with the football, ran with power, and he ran with conviction, like he really wanted to get those yards, and he actually got those yards. Got him off right guard, right tackle, ran off the right side of that offensive line and got some positive yards. I like the way that Sterling Harris looked on that run.
9 yards to be exact. Here goes Harris once again, trickling his way through the defense, and hard yards gained there from Harris. And you love to see a guy just cutting, weaving, dodging defenders all the way toward that 1st down marker, and he picks up another nice chunk right there for Westwood.
Yeah, Alexander Blanco, one of the tackles, number 70. I wish we could say his name. His name is not on the roster, but give Weston Whiting some love, Matthew DeLuna, if DeLuna's back out there, but Jordan Bastillos. All these guys out here offensively, from an offensive line standpoint for Westwood, they're getting it done.
Now penalty flags fly here on 1st down and 10 from the 42. Movement up front, we'll see if the defensive line was drawn off.
1st and 5 for the Westwood
So there'll be offsides on the defense. First down and 5 now upcoming here for Westwood. 5.5 minutes remaining here in our first half. Sorry again, folks, about the score bug issues tonight. Harris once again gets the call, and the Trevor G. Browne defense right there just absolutely swarming to the football. And if you're Coach Rangel trying to stop this high-powered offense for Westwood, that's exactly what you want to see right there.
Yeah, you want to see Ralph Bernard. You want to see Damian Gallegos and a host of others. You want to see those brown jerseys with the orange numbering all over the running back, all over number 24, Sterling Harris. And that's exactly what they did. They swarmed to where he was, and they brought him down. They made that tackle.
Second down and 4 here upcoming for Westwood. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. Nikita McCrimmon now going out the far side with it. He's got room to run, and he is all the way down near the 15-yard line goes McCrimmon before he's finally forced out of bounds on the far side by a host of Browne tacklers, led by number 42, Nicholas Trujillo. One more look at that beautiful run here from McCrimmon.
That's exactly the adjective I was going to use, beautiful, to describe that run by McCrimmon. Off left tackle, off left guard. Once he gets free, he's out there in open space. He runs magnificently, just like C.J. Greer. They're different kind of runners, but they still run with beauty and grace.
They love the yak, too, as well, Ed. The yards after the catch or yards after contact in this case. There's another guy who enjoys that contact, 24, Sterling Harris, 5'10" and 180 pounds. And this guy knows how to run behind those pads.
Yes, he does. I love the power running by Harris. He is just determined to get yards. He knows he's going to get some contact. He's going to take some hits and some shots once he gets through that offensive line. He knows the defense is coming for him, but he's ready for it. He's prepared for it.
The clock runs with under 4 minutes to play here in our first half. 14-6 our score. The Bruins on top of the Westwood Warriors. But right now, Westwood knocking on the door here. Coming near side, this is Sterling Harris. He tries to cut it back upfield and gets across the 10-yard line, but not much else. On the stop, once again, Ralph Bernard for Trevor Browne.
Ralph Bernard, also number 22, Ryan Henley, the athlete, sophomore, the ATH you see on these rosters. I love to see the ATH. These kids can do it all. I love it. Great job of those two young men coming up and stopping Harris.
You can't put these guys in a box anymore, Ed.
No.
You can't just say, hey, you know what, he's a wide receiver. Hey, he's a running back. Some of these guys, they kick the ball, they catch it, they throw it.
They change the oil in the buses.
They change the oil on the bus. They resurface the field when necessary. Timeout on that field called by the Trevor Browne Bruins. So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. 3:05 remaining here in our first half. Stay with us. More epic Thursday Night Football coming your way next.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. The cheer squad having a great time out here. Their Bruins up right now, 14-6, 3:05 remaining here in our first half. Westwood threatening once again here. The 6'5" Jordan Hanks standing back there, standing tall over that Westwood offense. Third and short here. They hand it off, and he's going to plunge his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Nikita McCrimmon getting it done once again for the Westwood Warriors, and I tell you what, this guy is something special.
He is. McCrimmon was not going to be denied. There was one of the Browne defenders that got back in the backfield to almost bring down McCrimmon, but he was able to shed off that tackle, shake that guy off, and continue to grind and move his way into the end zone, and he got there. Phenomenal job by Nikita McCrimmon on a few plays here to get them down the field and into the end zone.
Here they go on the two-point conversion. It's a pitch and catch, and in there for the score for the Westwood Warriors, that is Jordan Hanks. And how about that? A little trickeration right there for the Warriors. And they now tie it up here 14-14. One more look at the two-point conversion right here.
And that's what I said. If they drove down and they got a score, would they go for two? They actually did go for two. So they listened to me, and they converted as Jordan Hanks does, as you mentioned, the trickeration, and he got into the end zone, tying this game up at 14-14. We got a ball game here, James.
We got
3 minutes to go.
An absolute Thursday night thriller here, as Chili likes to say, here on the Epic Sports Network. So glad you joined us this evening. 2 minutes and 57 seconds remaining here in our first half. This is a great game here from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. Don't forget to stay with us. We'll have Cody T. Cameron, the Senator, joining us here at halftime to discuss half number one. And who knows, we might get Chili up here as well. I've seen a couple other media dignitaries down there on the field as well tonight. The Dean, Kevin McCabe, also in the house this evening. And this game has brought out some dignitaries here tonight, Ed.
Yeah, I mean, being that it's the only Thursday night football game
and
outside
we're here.
of I mean, you're here.
Well, you're here.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about. Westwood's going to onside kick it now. I don't know if it went 10 yards. Tough to tell. And it looks like it did, and Westwood, I believe, has recovered the onside kick. Let's take another look at it right here.
The side judge says, yes, Westwood recovers. I love the moxie and the guts of these two football teams, James, to onside kick. As Trevor Browne did it last time, and Westwood does it now off of a score. Why not take full advantage? If you've got the momentum, go for it on a 6A Fiesta game. This is a conference. This is a section game. Just go for it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Section competition beginning here tonight for both these teams. And both these coaches letting it all hang out here, especially in this first half. And that's why we're knotted up at 14 apiece.
As you should. These coaches have complete confidence in their athletes. They know they can get the job done. So why not tote those guys out there and let them do an onside kick and see if they can convert, which Westwood clearly did.
First down and 10, Westwood now from the 45. Jordan Hanks goes to the air. He's looking for McCrimmon. It is intercepted somehow by Trevor Browne. And what a fantastic play right there. That was number 2, C.J. Creer, getting himself an INT. How about it?
Hanks was looking for Nikita McCrimmon all the way down the field. Give him credit for chucking it deep, but there was double coverage right back there. And C.J. Greer was right back there. Johnny on the spot, as we like to say, catching that interception. Great job by Browne killing that drive for Westwood.
You talk about a drive killer. That is just exactly what that is. And now, new hope here for the Trevor Browne Bruins. And, boy, Westwood with a golden opportunity there on the onside kick. And then Trevor Browne just returns the favor almost immediately. So now the Bruins will go back to work out from their own 20-yard line. A low snap. They hand it off. And that was number 4, Luis Ponce on the far side. Picking up 5 yards, 2nd and 5 upcoming here now for Trevor G. Browne. Browne coming out tonight in their white pants, brown jerseys with orange numbers trimmed in white and their orange hats. And we've got the Westwood Warriors in the orange pants, white jerseys with orange numbers trimmed in blue and then their orange helmets as well. 2nd and 5 here for the Bruins. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. Play fake, he hands it off to Ponce, and in the middle, and in there for the TFL, a host of Warriors tacklers led by Benjamin Fasavulu. One more look at it right here.
We talked about the strength of the defense for Westwood and their ability to get a lot of solo tackles, which means they play very well off of themselves. When they have to make plays, when it's forced on them, they make outstanding plays, which they did right there. You just see this defense. They're very good as a defense when they swarm together, but when they have to make solo tackles by themselves, they're equally as good.
3rd down and 9 here. Possession play, 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. Shotgun snap, he looks near side, he goes to the air. He's got a man, it's Ponce, and he falls down. Unfortunately, in coverage there for Westwood was Winston Ty McCovey, among others, and unfortunately for Ponce, he fell down, and now it looks like he could be injured down on the field. So with the injury timeout, we'll step aside and take that timeout with him. You're watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. Stay with us. We'll be right back to TGB in just a little bit.
The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Welcome back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. 14-14 our score. We're knotted up. 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining here in our first half. Brown's going to punt it away now. It takes a Bruins bounce across the 40-yard line, finally down at the 37 by Chance Price. And that's where the Bruins will take over now. 14-14 knotted up here. We got a good one for you here on Thursday Night Football.
Good news of sorts for Browne. Luis Ponce got up and walked off on his own power. He's getting looked at by the trainers right now. Looks like it's a left leg injury. Not sure if it's an ankle or hopefully it's nothing that serious. So they're cutting the tape off of his leg, and hopefully he's going to be okay. But it's good that he walked off on his own power. So let's pray and that Ponce is okay because he's a factor.
He is indeed a factor, just one of the factors here tonight for the Trevor Browne Bruins. A big cog in their offensive running machine, along with C.J. Greer. Andrew Romero also not afraid to run the football as well.
It looks like they're looking at his ankle. They're kind of putting some pressure on it to see if it is indeed his ankle. Maybe he turned it on the turf when he was trying to make that catch, which is why he slipped and fell so prematurely.
I got to be honest with you. I'm glad that they're looking at the ankle and not looking at the knee.
At the knee, yes.
That's a little bit easier repair there on that ankle than it is if you blow a knee on this turf.
It'd be nice if he wasn't on the trainer's table at all, James, but
yes.
if it is, I'd rather it be an ankle than a knee, a possible ACL.
Absolutely right. So we're going to get things organized here on the field. The ball sits right now at the 37-yard line. Once again, a reminder, stay with us after the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We will award the Epic Wings Player of the Game, and right now both these squads with a lot of candidates here in the early going.
Yes, sir.
I mean, a lot of candidates. They're going to mark off a penalty now. That's going to be assessed to Westwood. Back to the 27-yard line, it looks like. And now they're going to mark off a few more yards.
It's funny, the Browne defense is already out there, and Westwood is still in their huddle on the sideline.
Well, I'm trying to figure out exactly how much yardage they are marking off here.
Right, before they run back out.
I think now the ball's finally going to sit at the 14-yard line. First down and 10, believe it or not now, for Westwood.
So 109 left. Westwood's got 86 yards to drive for a score.
Jordan Hanks back in at quarterback now. 2-by-2 on the outside here for Hanks. Movement up front. And it will be offsides assessed to Trevor Browne.
I think they got Rayvonte Hill on that one.
Hill looked like the infractor on that one. He has 11 tackles on the season, 4 solos, along with 4 TFLs. Not too bad there for the sophomore. First down and 5 now for Westwood after the penalty. 2-by-2 on the outside once again now for Jordan Hanks. as he looks to be changing the play now at the line of scrimmage. Porter Jeffries is in the backfield. Now we have a timeout on the field called by the Westwood Warriors. So we'll step aside and take that timeout with them. 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining here in our first half. We're knotted at 14 apiece here on Thursday Night Football. Stay with us. We'll be right back to TGB.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout! Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect
That's right, an epic deal at Epic Wings. That's exactly what you're going to get if you head over there to 95th Avenue and Camelback. We got an epic game here on Thursday Night Football for you as we anticipated here in the 6A Fiesta Region battle. 2nd and 7 upcoming here now for Westwood. They run players on and off the field. Does Coach Large. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. They work out of the pistol. They give it. This is Nikita McCrimmon. He picks up almost enough yards for the first down. He might be a tad bit short. We'll take one more look at it right here.
McCrimmon is such a fast runner. Once he gets the handoff from Hanks, you'll see how quick he is. Right there as he just busts through off that left tackle and left guard spot off the left side. He is so quick once he gets the football. Six seconds left, James, as we head toward halftime. Looks like Westwood's just going to let it run out. They'll take it to the half.
They look like they are indeed going to let this thing run out, and we have reached the end of our first half here from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. Our score, the Bruins 14 and the Westwood Warriors 14. Stay with us. We'll be joined in just a little bit by Cody T. Cameron to talk about the first half. We'll recap the first half of action here and look towards the second half here tonight between the Bruins and the Warriors. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a great game for you here. We're knotted up at 14 apiece. We'll be back in just a little bit. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. More Thursday Night Football coming your way next.
I'm Marty. We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
Your comfort with the longest, most
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor G. Browne High School here in Phoenix. Our score at halftime, we're knotted at 14 apiece, 8.5 minutes remaining here in our halftime period. So glad you joined us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Ed, it's been an exciting game to say the least here in this first half of action. Stay with us here. We're going to be joined just shortly by Cody Cameron to talk about tonight's first half. And this game is really living up to the billing so far here tonight, a 14-14 matchup. We'll step aside, take a very short timeout, and come right back here and be joined by Cody T. Cameron from ArizonaHighSchoolFootball.com, ArizonaVarsity.com, I should say. Stay with us. We'll be back here in 1 minute.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor G. Browne High School here in Phoenix. Our score at halftime, we're knotted at 14 apiece. We're pleased now to be joined by, is it the senator? Is it the mayor? I've heard it all kinds of different ways. What do you prefer to be called, Cody? Cody T. Cameron joining us here in the booth. A good game here, my friend, 14 apiece. We thought this was going to be a ball game, and it indeed is.
100%, and playmakers make plays, right? That's the phrase that they always say. So Nick McCrimmon, who was the Arizona Cardinals Player of the Week this past week for his performance, he's making plays. C.J. Greer, who seems like he's been in high school, man, for 17 years.
Really
this kid
does.
has done so many great things for Trevor Browne, also making plays, but not only on offense, it's the defensive presence that C.J. brings to the table that I'm really impressed with. Just ball hawking a nice interception down there late to end the first half. Those guys are making plays. You know, it's
Yes.
now we got to play some complementary football. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know, you need thunder and lightning on both teams, and we're going to see which player for both teams steps up in the second half.
Well, that was kind of my question for you, Cody. Is there a guy that you think might emerge here in the second half and be a real difference maker for this football team?
Well, I look at Westwood. They got a junior quarterback in Jordan Hanks, and he's done a really good job of bringing dual threat ability all season long. You know, he's a throwing quarterback with the ability to run, and that offense caters to a lot of that dual threat ability. I want to see him get going. You know, I don't think he kind of had a couple drives where you started to say, okay, you know, he's going to get into a groove. A lot of that dual threat midline read that they love to run with that Westwood offense. That is a high-powered offense, and they go. That's what Coach Large brings to the table. I think Jordan, once he settles down, gets some pre-snap reads, he's going to be able to pull it, take it off, especially with those running backs and those inside backers where Trevor Browne are going to start targeting that. I think that read option is going to be open in the second half. So look for Jordan Hanks to have a big third and fourth quarter for Westwood.
Cody, what I love is the fact that these teams in the first half, they're going for onside kicks.
Yep.
I love the fact that they're like, okay, this is a 6A Fiesta game. This is a section game. We're going to let it all hang out, and whatever happens, happens. I love the fact that it's 14-14. These are two outstanding running attacks. They're averaging well over 200 yards apiece per game, and they're just letting it all hang out. The running attack is good, and we'll just see what happens in the second half in the last 30 minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of people might not know this, but guys, this could be a region title winner right here. I mean, these two teams have the ability to whoever wins this game has the ability to run the table, create their own destination in this, and be crowned region champs. That'd be huge for both programs. So you talk about the onside kicks. That's big-time region championship play football. Hey, we need to get as many possessions as possible, and we want it, and that's what we're seeing. But how about the execution of those kicks? A couple of those, I'm like, oh my gosh, man. I mean, those are like a perfect – we don't see kicks like that in college or the NFL done with perfection. So I love it because, you're starting to see the special teams make a huge factor, which it absolutely can in this game, and it's paying off.
You talk about it. It's one thing to draw it up on the board, and it's whole nother thing to come out and actually make it happen on the field against another team who's really good as well. And, it's just going to be who's going to bend and not break here in this second half. 14-14.
Yeah, big time. And that's where I think, like, both of these offenses, once they get in the groove, heck, we're looking at Trevor Browne. They didn't even go in the locker room. I mean, they are literally all broken up in their position plays right now.
Right.
I was walking past going up here, and they're charting everything down. So you look at second half adjustments, and both of these coaching staffs, Coach Rangel and Coach Large, are really good at it. And they have history. A lot of these guys all coached at Cactus High School. So talking to these coaches, a lot of their pre-snap reads, they know. So just adjusting for this game because the other side knows your pre-snap read. I mean, think of that. Everything you've coached these kids, your opposition knows because they're all running the same stuff. So it's going to be really interesting to see the halftime adjustments. But you're exactly right. I think turnovers, that is the key. And we've seen both teams benefit from it. Whoever wins that turnover battle is probably going to win this football game.
That's exactly what I was going to say. In a 14-14 tie like this, it is really going to come down to who can secure the football better, who wants it more, and if somebody can cough it up, can you take full advantage of the mistakes that the other team makes?
And that's because you guys are football guys, man. You guys understand that. Hey, whoever's listening, you got the pros up here, man, because, really.
These two.
It sounds so vanilla, but it's right. And you talk about field position, you talk about the turnover battle, those things matter. So 100% whoever wins that's probably getting the dub.
And then you get down to the nuts and bolts of football. You talk about in the second half, it comes to who's been in the weight room, who's got the endurance, who's been conditioning properly. And we're already over the halfway point or right about the halfway point of the season, which is hard to believe in itself.
Yeah, 100%. And, heck, I look at Trevor Browne, a team that didn't have a season during COVID, and what they've been able to bring in terms of physicality. I've seen a lot of teams, when they play some of these they play some of these Mesa schools, these big Scottsdale schools, Chandler schools, they kind of fall apart. Not these guys are hitting. Man, down on the field, there are some big-time hits, big-time collisions. That is the physicality of football, and I love Trevor Browne's bringing that out, man, because these kids are tough. I mean, they are natural-born toughness, and you could see the X's and O's on top of that. Really well-coached team. I'm just so impressed with this Trevor Browne program.
I think we're in for a great second half here, guys. Thanks so much for joining us here. Cody, we always appreciate your time. Always fun to visit with you, my friend. He does great things for Arizona high school football and all of its athletes. If you don't follow him, get on there. I'm sure you probably already do, but it's Cody T. Cameron, I believe, on Twitter, and you can find him all over the place. We'll be right back here. How much time we got left?
55 seconds. Perfect
55
timing.
seconds. Not too bad, huh, for
you
a couple of amateurs.
50-second commercial?
We'll be right back here on the Epic Sports Network's presentation of Thursday Night Football from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. Thanks again to Cody T. Cameron. We'll be right back for the kickoff of half number 2 right after this.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at PrecisionAirandPlumbing.com.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least GEICO makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. Our halftime score, 14 apiece. One more time, thanks to Cody Cameron for joining us here at halftime. Always a pleasure to visit with him. And we got a great ball game here, Ed. I'm really looking forward to this second half.
Me too. I just want to see what's going to happen here. Can both of these teams continue to run the football? And as we talked to Cody T. Cameron at halftime, what team is going to make mistakes and what team that causes those mistakes or takes advantage of those mistakes, can they take advantage of those and get some scores and get a little bit of separation as we're in a tie game, because a tie game is going to be tight. It's definitely going to come down to field position and turnovers, and it very well could come down to special teams.
It absolutely could. It could come down to a missed extra point, as we've seen a couple times this season. And, it's always could be a tale of two halves as well. We've seen, like out at Eastmark earlier this season, talk about a tale of two halves, a 23-point differential there, and that team able to overcome that and win the ball game. So you never know. A lot more football, 24 minutes actually to be played here still at Trevor Browne tonight.
Yeah, and anything could happen. There could be just so much momentum, so many things that can happen in the course of a football game. Folks, in 24 minutes of football in the third and fourth quarters, a lot of things can happen. That Uncle Mo we talk about is going to shift so many different times between these two football teams, but which football team is going to have the momentum at the end of the game and get that victory?
That's what it's all about. We're about ready for our second half kickoff here between the Trevor Browne Bruins and the Westwood Warriors. Don't forget to stay with us after the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We will award the Epic Wings Player of the Game, and that'll be after tonight's ball game. That's going to be a fun one to decide. We got a lot of candidates here early already, and we're going to have to whittle that list down as we go along here. But
that's the fun
we're
part
about
of the
ready
night.
for the second half. You're exactly right.
That is the fun part, to see how things change and how the game of football will determine who will become the Epic Wings Player of the Game after the end of the game. So you have 12 minutes left. We're getting ready to kick off the third quarter, and this should be a outstanding second half of football as Westwood will get the football back. Jordan Hanks and his offense will trot back out on the field after they get the football. And let's see if they can take advantage of the first drive of the third quarter. As Trevor G. Browne, of course, they tried an onside. They tried a little squib kick.
They go for the squibber there right out of the gate here in half number 2, but that time Westwood able to cover that one up. First down for the Warriors now from the 47-yard line as we begin our second half of play here at Trevor Browne's, Bill Mitten Stadium.
And it has a stadium feel to it, doesn't it?
It does. I love it. Dug in. It's an actual stadium, man. Dug into the earth, if you will, here.
It is beautiful.
Recessed. When you come into the parking lot, you see the stands. You say, oh, wow, the stands are kind of small here. But then you get inside the stadium, and not so much.
Defense.
Defense swarming to the football that time for Trevor Browne, led by Sterling Harris, the 5'10 senior. Correction, Sterling Harris was the ball carrier on that play. My mistake. Getting back into the groove here into the second half. A loss of 3 on the play. So a nice TFL right there for Trevor Browne.
Sorry, JP. And they stood him up, Sterling Harris. There were about 3 or 4 guys back there from the Bruins to stand up Sterling Harris and actually had him up in the air, physically in the air before they brought him down.
2nd and 13 here for Westwood. Jordan Hanks goes to the air. It's almost intercepted. He tried to hit McCrimmon on the far side. And out there in coverage was Ramon Pena for the Trevor Browne Bruins. And Trevor Browne coming out here in this second half on fire on the defensive side of the football.
Okay, Mr. Pena, I see you almost getting that INT right there. Nice vision, nice job of Pena seeing where the quarterback, where Jordan Hanks was trying to go with the football and nearly picked it.
You see Westwood with the signs over there a la Clemson. Trips right now for Jordan Hanks. On 3rd and 13, he rolls out to his right. The pressure comes. He goes backside. He's got a receiver and a couple of blockers and finally blasted out of bounds on the far side. Sleet, I believe, was the carrier that time for the Westwood Warriors. And let's take one more look at that play right here. A nice 10-yard pickup there for the Warriors on a 3rd and 13.
JP, that wasn't Kamari Sleep because that kid is not 5'7", 150 pounds. He's 6 foot or more. I have no idea. I'd love for us to give credit for number 8 for making that catch, but we don't have his name on the roster.
Maybe we can talk to the Westwood coaches inside here in a minute and try to find out who that gentleman is. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Hanks. On 4th down, he's going to punt it away. It's a pooch.
Nice punt.
And it dribbles out near the 15-yard line, finally brought to rest at the 14. And so that's where Trevor Browne will start their drive now. We're tied up here at 14 apiece just inside our second half of action.
Number 8, we'd love to give you credit for that play, but
I'm going to go see if I can find out who that is.
I was going to say ask Cody T. Cameron, but great job by Trevor G. Browne, the defense, getting a stop right there on their first defensive stand of the 3rd quarter as we're 10-22. Left in the 3rd quarter, game tied at 14. Trevor G. Browne takes over at the 14-yard line. Andrew Romero and his offense back out on the field. Back in backfield, number 22, Ryan Henley. Romero waiting for the football from his center. Number 12, Chance Price in motion. Romero gets the snap. Fakes the handoff. He takes it himself. And he is brought down quickly by number 10, Anthony Azule, the defensive end, 6 foot, 210-pound junior. Knifes through that offensive line, Azule does. Great job of getting to Romero and getting that tackle. That's a loss of, I think it's like a loss of 1. Because they were at the 14, they were back at the 13-yard line, so that's a loss of 1 yard. Great job by Anthony Azule, the defensive end for Westwood, getting to Romero on that play.
Unfortunately, I was completely unsuccessful in finding out who number 8 was in there. I could not intercept anyone from Westwood in there in the box.
Number 8, you know who you are.
They must know who he is on the far side. We'll find out eventually. 2nd down and 11, it looks like, on the far side now.
Yeah, loss
for
of 1.
Trevor Browne. And we have a timeout on the field called by the Trevor Browne Bruins. So we'll step aside, take that timeout with them. You are watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. We will come back to Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix right after this.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout. Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. 14-14 our score here in the third quarter. He goes to the air on the far side. It falls incomplete. The intended target was Chance Price. And Romero trying to go to the air with it right there for Trevor Browne, coming up empty. 9:25 remaining here in our third quarter. Don't forget to join us after the conclusion of tonight's ballgame. We'll award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. We've got confirmation here. Number 8 for Westwood is indeed James Wright. You called it, Ed. 6'4", 200 pounds.
Thank you, Miss Alexis.
Alexis getting the information down from the top of the broadcast booth there. Fantastic job. They start out 2-by-2 now. A low snap. He comes near side. It's scooped off the turf at the 15 somehow. And ball hawking on defense over there was Braden Adams. Benjamin Fasavalu also in on the play there for Westwood.
Fasavalu got to number 15, Carlos Quinones, the wide receiver, sophomore wide receiver, made the tackle. Great open field tackle by number 44.
Trevor Browne now will punt it away here on 4th down and 8. Back deep to receive Ross Driggs. Driggs retreats. The ball hits at the 45-yard line. Caroms out of bounds where it's fielded there by C.J. Greer. It'll be spotted at the 46-yard line of Trevor Browne. So that's where Westwood will go back to work now on 1st down and 10. We're tied up here 14-14, 8:40 remaining in our third quarter.
So we see both defenses come up strong on their first initial drives. Westwood stopping Trevor G. Browne. Trevor G. Browne just stopping Westwood. So let's see what the Warriors can do with their second possession of the third quarter. Ken Hanks take his guys down the field with outstanding field position.
2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks on 1st and 10 from the 46. The pressure comes up the middle. The ball is handed off to Nikita McCrimmon, and a great job knifing through there on defense for the Westwood Warriors, or excuse me, for the Trevor Browne Bruins. That was number 77, Josh Dway, and that young man has been dominant this season up front for the Bruins.
Dway, Damian Gallegos, number 44, Nathaniel King, the linebacker. We talk about the storyline, which is to bring down a guy of his caliber, you've got to throw bodies, not just a body.
Yes.
That's what you have to do.
It's all about multiple personnel, right?
It is. Multiple personals.
Jordan Hanks hands it off once again now to Nikita McCrimmon. He plunges his way across the 40-yard line, and another nice pickup once again there for the Week 7 Ed Doherty Medal Medallion nominee recipient.
Speaking of that, folks, if you go to the Epic Wings, Epic Sports Network's Twitter account, you can see the video. We were in the locker room, and Mr. McCrimmon got the presentation of the award. Just a solid, humble young man. We got a chance to talk to him, took some pictures with him. What an outstanding young man, Nikita McCrimmon. Very well deserving of that award. Such a prestigious achievement for that young man.
Great job, Ed, mentioning that. Get on Epic Sports TV on Twitter, and you can see that clip from earlier this evening. That one out in the flat. It's complete. On the reception for Westwood, that was Savion McCrimmon, and that's the younger brother of Nikita, and this guy can make some plays as well. He's just a sophomore.
Yeah.
A sophomore.
A sophomore, yes, he is.
In the immortal words of Keith Jackson.
Savion coming into the game, 21 catches, 406 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's got a long of 70 yards. So McCrimmon, the younger brother of the aforementioned Nikita, he can get it done too.
Absolutely. 3 touchdowns on the season for number 2, excuse me. So they will move the chains. A penalty assessed to Trevor Browne moves the ball down to the 17-yard line now. 1st down and 10 Warriors here. We're tied up with 7:14 and counting here in the third. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Hanks. He hands it off. And that was Porter Jeffries on the carry that time for Westwood, stopped by a host of defenders that time for the Bruins. 6-yard pickup on the play. 2nd down and 4 upcoming here now for Westwood.
Nice bit of power running by Jeffries, number 37. He is 5'9", 190. He is not afraid to get through that offensive line, through that A gap, knowing those nose tackles and those D linemen are coming right at him. Jeffries still with a great run.
Jeffries now once again gets the call. He's going to plunge his way forward and into the end zone. It looks like he almost had the touchdown. And he does indeed score the touchdown for Westwood. One more look at it right here.
Back-to-back solid runs by Jeffries. Of course, actually, he finishes up with a touchdown run right there. Jeffries just taking it off the right side and just running into the end zone.
You love to see the wide receivers down the field blocking. Savion McCrimmon right there finishing the job for Westwood and allowing him to get into the end zone for the touchdown. Great team football there for Westwood. And now we have an injured player in the end zone, so we'll step aside and take that timeout for the injury. You're watching Thursday Night Football here on the Epic Sports Network. We'll be right back to Trevor G. Browne in Phoenix in just a little bit.
Warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at PrecisionAirandPlumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor G. Browne here in Phoenix. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. 2014 our score. The Westwood Warriors on top now by 6 with the PAT pending. The injured player for Trevor Browne was number 2, C.J. Greer. He was able to get up under his own power and walk over to the sideline, so we'll keep our eye on him. The training staff tending to him right now. This PAT is up and no good. Our score is 20-14 now. Westwood on top by 6 here. 6:28 remaining in our third quarter.
We talked at halftime with Cody T. Cameron about the just opportunities are few and far between, James. So when you get those opportunities, you have to take advantage of it. And that's what Westwood did right there, taking it down the field. Porter Jeffries culminates the drive with a touchdown run based off a nice run. He had a nice 6-yard run he had to set them up in that position for him to get off that touchdown run. So I like the physical nature of Westwood continuing to attack that defense with their running attack, culminating in number 37 getting into the end zone. Nice drive by Westwood to get their second score of the game, which gave them the lead. Earlier they had a 6-0 lead, but they take the lead with 6:28 left in the third quarter.
And Westwood looking really impressive here, not looking like a 2-3 football team here tonight at Trevor Browne.
No.
They have come to play.
6A Fiesta football. Section football brings out the best in a football team.
Yes. Westwood will kick it away now. Bill Mitten Stadium. If you haven't had a chance to get out here, folks, and take in a ball game, this is quite a sight here. Brand new football field here for the Bruins. And it's a thing of beauty. The ball is kicked out of bounds. It's a penalty flag on the play. And so Trevor Browne will start their drive now at their own 30-yard line. Trailing by 6. Don't forget to stay with us. Following the conclusion of tonight's ball game, we'll award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. And we'll get that gentleman up here in the broadcast booth, talk to him for a couple of minutes before we close out the evening here at the home of the Bruins. So glad you joined us here tonight on the Epic Sports Network. The ball spotted now at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 now, Bruins. Andrew Romero remains in at quarterback now. 2-by-2 on the outside for Romero. He's going to keep it himself, calls his own number out across the 40, finally out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And a nice scamper there from Andrew Romero, finally ridden down by Nathaniel Miller. And one more look at it right here.
Great job of Romero selling that play fake, the play fake to the handoff to Ryan Henley. And as you mentioned, he goes off the left side of the line, and he just absolutely puts on the speed burst, the speed boost, and he gets to the outside, and he gets them a first down.
Braden Adams is the recipient of the penalty flag for Westwood. And so, unfortunately, that will move the Bruins closer to pay dirt now. And the Trevor Browne cheerleaders now coming in for the T-shirt toss. Always good stuff here inside the Bill Mitten Stadium. First down and 10 now, Bruins from the Westwood 40. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. Shotgun snap, he gives it. This is C.J. Greer back into the ballgame across the 35-yard line. And Greer looking pretty good on that carry right there, Ed. Looks like he is back to at least full strength for now.
It is good for Trevor G. Browne to have C.J. Greer out there, their mainstay as far as the running attack goes. Everything goes through number 2. Good to have Greer back out there because they're going to need him for this stretch run in this football game.
And Brecken getting himself a shirt here tonight. Fantastic job. That might actually even fit you right there, man. Fantastic. Second down and 3, we'll call it here. A toss and a nice run on that play right there. Cutting it back up inside was Ryan Henley, just another athlete here, a sophomore for Trevor Browne. And he has got some scoots as well.
Yeah, that was a nice run by Henley, just showing his juke moves to be able to get to that right side and get those yards. Once he gets into the green, that open space he's out there, he gets those yards and he gets them a first down, 1st and 10 on the 28.
So now the Bruins moving the football here on Westwood and trying to even this thing up. They trail by 6 with 5:13 remaining in the third. Sorry, I have to keep elbowing you there, Ed, every time I got to check the play clock.
That's okay.
They hand it off once again. This is number 22, Henley. And Henley just running with bad intentions right now for Trevor Browne.
Boy, somebody tried to take him up top. You see that?
Yes.
Henley, but he still shook it off. There was a guy that came up to try to get him on his shoulder, but he was able to get away from that and get a few more extra yards. Nice running by the athlete, Ryan Henley.
Somehow able to escape that headlock there about to be applied by the Westwood defense. Yeah. Second down and 6. Romero's got 2-by-1 on the outside now. C.J. Greer gets the toss. He tries to cut it back upfield and runs right into the defense there, waiting for him for Westwood. And nowhere to run with the football that time for C.J. Greer.
Yeah, Anthony Azule was right there, the defensive end. He was the first one to get to C.J. Greer. Also the defensive end, number 14, Cooper Kick, and about 2 or 3 more other guys. Yes, that is exactly what you need to do against Greer and guys like that, Ryan Henley. You've got to throw 2 or 3 guys at him. One-on-one is just not going to do it against guys of this caliber. These athletes, no.
Yes, athletes they are indeed. How many ATHs do we see on these rosters here tonight, especially for TGB?
Right.
How about that for a bunch of acronyms? 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. C.J. Greer's the lone setback. They fake the handoff to Greer. He's going to bootleg, fires. It's nearly complete at the 20-yard line. Unfortunately for Trevor Browne, it falls incomplete. Luis Fierro was the intended target on the play.
We said number 8 is James Wright, even though he's the quarterback on their roster, but I'm going to say that was James Wright that was able to get back there and get that pressure in the backfield on Andrew Romero, forcing him to roll out to the left and almost making the completion to Fierro, but was not able to because of that pressure from Wright.
Wright has 2 sacks on the season, so he is no stranger to the offensive backfield.
A QB with 2 sacks?
Yes, you like that, don't you?
I like that. I love it.
On for the field goal now is Miguel Fierro. This will be a 44-yard attempt. The kick is up. It looks to have enough leg, and it's good. How about that? Miguel Fierro puts it through the uprights. And the Trevor Browne Bruins now trail by 3 here, 20-17 to the Westwood Warriors. One more look at that 44-yard beautiful kick there from Miguel Fierro.
Yes, it was. He could have hit that from 50. Just watching it sail through the goalpost. Great job by Fierro. 44 yards in a game this tight. It very well talked about what we said at halftime. It very well could come down to special teams play like that. A 44-yarder from Fierro.
It very well could indeed. We got a great one for you here on Thursday Night Football. So glad to join us this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Next week, we go to Tempe's McClintock High School. The Maricopa Rams will come up from Pinal County to battle the Tempe McClintock Chargers. We'll be on the air at 6:45 p.m., good Lord willing, unless there's another lightning delay next week. We'll see how it goes.
Don't say that.
Yeah, right? I shouldn't have said that because now I'll be jinxing
happen.
this now for next week. Back deep to receive for Westwood. This is number 3, Angelo Garcia. And it's a squibber, once again, an onside kick for Westwood, for Trevor Browne, and I believe the Warriors recover the ball at the 49-yard line. So that one kind of backfires right there for the Bruins.
And guess who was the one that kicked the football? That would be the ATH, number 2, C.J. Greer. That's why he's an athlete, because he can kick the football and he can run the football, James, and he can block.
These guys are unbelievable. You know, a lot of times, Ed, especially in high school football.
And he's back on defense.
There's not a whole lot of two-way players when you get to the 4, 5, and 6A level. That's usually something that's more for the 3A, 2A, and 1A schools. But some of these guys, they're just too talented, and you can't deny them. You can't get them off the field. Going out the far side now for Westwood with a nice burst of speed. And good enough for, I believe, a first down for the Westwood Warriors. That is Porter Jeffries, and Jeffries with some scoots on the far side over there.
Okay, Jeffries is showing himself in the second half. Oh, we got a flag right here. Let's see if it comes back or if it stands. If it stands, another fantastic run by Jeffries. His third solid run of the second half, culminating in a touchdown. Holding, no, it's going to come back.
It is a holding call indeed, so all for naught there for Porter Jeffries, and unfortunately for Westwood, because that was a pretty nice run.
Yes, it was. And there's a reason why it was a pretty nice run, because of the hold.
That's exactly right. It was no accident, right?
No.
Now the Westwood Warriors behind the sticks here, first down and 13. As we play on here with 3 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in our third quarter. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. He's in the shotgun. They hand it off. This is Nikita McCrimmon coming near side with it. He tries to cut it back upfield, and it's finally brought down at the 50-yard line. And that was big 42, Nicholas Trujillo, among others, in there on the stop for the Browne Bruins.
That was a nice run by McCrimmon, even though he got a few yards. He was trying to go up the middle, saw nothing there, so he immediately cut out to his right and tried to get to the outside. But give credit for that Trevor G. Browne defense, just staying with him and hawking him down.
Lots of Browne jerseys there in the middle. A gain of 1, a hard yard there for McCrimmon on 1st and 10. On 2nd and 9, it's McCrimmon once again, and he barely gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Once again, this Browne defense just swarming to the football.
We talked about the 3 shutouts, consecutive shutouts coming into this football game. Now you see why they shut out 3 consecutive opponents, because they play great team defense like you saw right there. That is a snapshot, a mirror image of what they've done so far this season defensively.
Exactly right. Now they have the Westwood Warriors in a 3rd down and 9 here from midfield. Trips left here for Jordan Hanks. They send a man in motion. They fake it to Porter Jeffries. Here comes pressure off the edge. Jordan Hanks somehow evades the pressure. He goes to the air, and the ball's intercepted at the 25-yard line, and he's finally brought down right there. What a play. Eric Washington gets the INT for Trevor G. Browne.
It was a pressure by Ralph Bernard, the defensive lineman, and one of his other brothers to get back there on Jordan Hanks, forcing him to dance around in the pocket for a while and try to find a wide receiver. But by the time he was able to just throw it up, he threw it up. Eric Washington was right there. He was the only guy there. I didn't see a wide receiver that was near the area. So number 26 got probably one of the easiest interceptions he'll get in his career because of the pressure from his defensive lineman, Ralph Bernard.
Great pressure from that defensive front from Browne, but hey, how about Jordan Hanks on that play? I mean, you thought it was going to be possibly a strip sack there. I thought the ball was going to come loose for a minute because Bernard was in there so fast, but somehow Hanks just able to step up in the pocket and avoid that pressure.
Yeah, being 6'5", and almost 200 pounds, that'll get you that kind of abilities to dodge sacks.
That definitely helps. 2-by-2 on the outside now for Romero. He's going to call his own number, rolls out to his right. And this one is intercepted on the far side by Westwood. And here goes Porter Jeffries into the end zone for the touchdown. Unbelievable job. Correction, that was Braden Adams on the INT right there for Westwood. And let's take another look at it right here. What an outstanding play on the far side of the football field.
What did we say at halftime, James? Turnovers. And who would be able to take advantage of that? Westwood did. Braden Adams with the interception, and he just took it the other way. That's what you do. You get a touchdown by Porter Jeffries, put you up 6, you hold Trevor Browne to a field goal, and then it goes back and forth, and then you get a turnover, a pick 6 by number 47, Braden Adams. That's how you get the separation if you're the Westwood Warriors.
Now Westwood up 26-17 here with the 2-point conversion upcoming. Here's Jordan Hanks now from an empty backfield. Low snap, he's going to keep it himself, runs out the right-hand side, and he is stopped short of the line to gain. So the 2-point conversion is no good with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining here in our third quarter. The Westwood Warriors have now improved on their lead. They're up by 9, 26-17 over the Browne Bruins. We'll be right back here at Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix in just a moment.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all of my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
Welcome back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. The Westwood Warriors on top of the Trevor Browne Bruins, 26-17. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Alexis Weissar bringing you the videography this evening from the top of the press box. And it's been a great game here so far, Ed, but right now Westwood extending their lead, and now it's time for Captain Obvious reporting. Trevor Browne has got to respond.
Yes. Westwood's been on a 13-3 run so far in the third quarter. It was 14-14 at the half. Porter Jeffries gets a touchdown run, puts them up 20-14. They stopped them. They stopped Trevor Browne on defense, force a 44-yard field goal, a beautiful field goal by Miguel Fierro, makes it 20-17. And just now, Braden Adams picks off at Andrew Romero for a pick 6 and makes it the deficit, which it is, 26-17 in favor of Westwood.
Points off turnovers. That's what counts, especially we talked about it in the halftime with Cody. You got to take advantage of the miscues, and that's exactly what Westwood did right there. Now Browne goes back to work here from their own 35. Romero gets the hand, keeps it himself, and he is dropped in the backfield almost immediately that time by Westwood's Benjamin Favasulu. Great stop there from him on that play. One more look at it right here.
Number 44, great job of you getting past that offensive line and getting to your target. Your target was number 3, the quarterback, because he had the football, and you did it. Great job, number 44.
Benjamin Fasavalu. I'll get it right. Fasavalu. Nice play there, young man. Number 44 wrecking things that time for the Westwood defense. A loss of 4 on the play. Put down a TFL for Fasavalu. I'm going to get it right, Ed. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. He comes near side. It's complete at the 30, running 40, and finally brought down near the 45-yard line. A great reception on the play there by Chance Price. And Price with room to run on the edge there for the Bruins.
Romero gets the snap, goes back a little bit, sees Chance Price wide open over there on the left side. Just makes that completion out there in the flat. Chance Price does it all, does the rest, and gets them down the field for a first down.
Stopped by Jonte Meeks for the Westwood Warriors. They move the chains to the Bruins out to the 45-yard line.
What a fast-moving third quarter, too, James.
20 seconds remaining here in our third. This could be the last play of quarter number 3. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. He gets the shotgun snap, retreats, fires. It's intercepted at the 49-yard line. And fantastic job there by Winston Ty McCovey for the Westwood Warriors. And once again, Westwood coming up with an INT on defense. Right place, right time.
2 consecutive drives for Trevor G. Browne. They both end in turnovers. One with a pick 6, and now Winston Ty McCovey. We'll get it right. Fasavalu Ty McCovey.
There you go.
We'll get it.
We'll get it.
However, it is Westwood got 2 turnovers. That's what you needed to do if you're the defense, as we're 3 seconds away from moving on to the fourth quarter. Exactly what Westwood needed, what the doctor ordered for them on defense, to be aggressive, get interceptions, and get their offense back on the field.
This here now will be the final play of quarter number 3. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks as Westwood goes back to work from the 50. Hanks runs it himself. Room to run out across the 40-yard line. Finally brought down at the 35. And that's how our third quarter will end. Our score, the Westwood Warriors 26 and the Trevor Browne Bruins 17. Stay with us here. Fourth quarter coming up next here on the Epic Sports Network from Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix.
I love Sky Zone because it's the most fun.
I love Sky Zone because it is the greatest workout.
I can jump off the walls and fly with my friends. Most fun.
It gets my heart rate pumping. It tones all my muscles. You can burn 1,000 calories an hour.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun.
Greatest workout.
Most fun. Greatest workout.
Jump into fun and fitness at Sky Zone, the original indoor trampoline park.
At Precision Air and Plumbing, we understand that we're all using our homes in ways we never have before. And we are dedicated to making sure that your air conditioning and plumbing are working at peak efficiency no matter what you're doing. When you make the precision decision, you can trust that we're going to hold ourselves to a higher standard and above all, operate with integrity. We're going to protect your comfort with the longest, most comprehensive warranties available, guaranteed. Give us a chance to earn your business. Visit us today at precisionairandplumbing.com.
We welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School here in Phoenix. Our fourth quarter about to commence here. The Westwood Warriors on top 26-17. They have possession of the football now at the Trevor Browne 36. Here is Nikita McCrimmon, and he runs right into a defender at the 30-yard line and takes a vicious hit there from Browns.
That's number 40, Tymar Green. Boy, he took a shot from the defensive lineman.
He did indeed. Let's take another look at it right here. Westwood kind of going with a little bit of hurry up right here, trying to put some pace now on this Trevor Browne defense.
Just when you thought McCrimmon was going to get more yards, Tymar Green was like, no, big fella. I'm going to stop you right here. Clock continues to run. Westwood still has the football. Jordan Hanks trying to get his guys down there. If they can get a score here, James, a touchdown, that'll be huge for the Warriors.
Absolutely. 2nd and 4 here now. They go backside with it. I love that call. And off to the races down to the 10-yard line. That was Sterling Harris. And Harris ripping off another nice run right there for the Warriors.
Porter Jeffries, Sterling Harris, that combination from a running game standpoint for Westwood when Jordan Hanks is not running the football, when he doesn't call his own number, or if a play's broken and he has to run the football, you love what you're seeing from number 37 and 24 if you're a fan of the Warriors.
Yes, indeed. 1st and goal Warriors now from the 9. Harris once again gets the handoff. He tries to weave his way through the defense, but Trevor Browne too stout that time. And great gap control up front by their defensive line.
Josh DeWay, one of the defensive linemen, he is a stud for this defense. But Sterling Harris tried to stutter step as much as he could, but number 77, he stutter stepped right with him. He stayed right with him. DeWay got him and brought down Harris.
Everywhere he looked, there was nothing but Brown jerseys coming his way, no pun intended. 2nd and goal here. I believe he might have got a yard on the last play. Jordan Hanks now. He's going to fake the give. He fires out into the flat. It's complete. This is Porter Jeffries into the end zone for the touchdown. And Porter Jeffries, not his first time touching the ball tonight and not his first positive contribution for the Warriors.
Hanks' 2nd touchdown pass of the game. Jeffries' 2nd touchdown of the half. He had that touchdown run to put them up 6, and now Hanks hits Jeffries for the touchdown to give them a 15-point lead right now.
Westwood starting to pull away here now as they get ready to go for 2. Twins on each side now for Hanks. They bring Nikita McCrimmon in motion. He's going to do a little halfback pass, and it falls incomplete. You love the idea right there for Westwood, but unfortunately an unsuccessful play. But let's take one more look at it anyways.
What a second half for Westwood. I'm sorry, James.
All right, McCrimmon gets that's the jet sweep right there, and then bootlegs back the other way. Boy, that would have been really sweet if they made it happen, but nonetheless, it falls incomplete. Our score 32-17 with 9:48 remaining here in the 4th quarter. And right now, Westwood is pulling away with this one.
A 15-point turnaround in the second half, outscoring Trevor G. Browne, the home team, 18-3. We talked about Porter Jeffries' touchdown to start off the scoring. Braden Adams gets a pick 6. He picks off. Andrew Romero takes it back to the house. And now another interception ends up in scoring for Westwood. Hanks hits Jeffries just a few minutes ago for a touchdown to give them that 15-point lead.
So now Trevor Browne's going to have to try to go. They're going to have to go to the air right here, Ed. As much as they'd love to take advantage of that 3-prong running attack, they're going to have to go to the sky because time is not on their side right now.
Yes, sir. 9:48 left in the go. Time is of the essence for Trevor G. Browne if they expect to come back and win this football game.
They're going to do another onside. It's fielded right at the 10-yard mark. Very cleanly there by Asiel Rodriguez Prado, the senior on the hands team down there for the Bruins.
That's just interesting to see this many squib kicks and onside kicks in a football game, isn't it?
I don't think I've seen this many in one game ever.
No.
Have you?
No, me neither.
Usually get 1, maybe 2 a game. 3 would be out of bounds, but I think each team has had 3 here tonight.
To me, it seems like every single kickoff they're doing it.
Yes, it does seem that way for sure.
It's either a squib or onside kick, just something to try to throw off the opposing special teams unit. Interesting.
See just Chili down there roaming the sidelines. Is he avoiding us tonight? I don't really know what's happening.
He knows we're here.
Okay. He knows we're here. He's down there busy. He's doing the sideline.
Yeah, he's doing his sideline stuff, yeah.
3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. They wind the clock here in the 4th. A beautiful pass intended for Luis Ponce, but it falls incomplete. In coverage for Westwood was Winston Taimakovi. And great coverage there for the Westwood defense, but that ball just fell right through the hands of Ponce.
And it seemed like it just kind of lingered up there for a while, and that's what almost got Taimakovi his 2nd interception in as many drives.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 now upcoming here from the 42. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. C.J. Greer's the lone setback. Greer stays in the block. Romero goes to the air right into the breadbasket at the 30-yard line. It's hauled in by Luis Fierro. The protection was fantastic. The throw was right on time, and the soft hands that time for Fierro hauling it in at the 30.
Yeah, great throw by Romero finding Luis Fierro out there. He lofted it up again, and Fierro was right there. Fantastic accuracy, great throw, and great catch by Fierro. Great hands.
A thing of beauty there for Trevor Browne. Ball now sits at the 29-yard line, and the Bruins trying to get something going here quickly. 3-by-1 on the outside for Romero. He fakes the give to Greer. He goes to the air on the far side. It's complete at the 15-yard line, turning back into traffic and running down to the 5-yard line. That is Luis Ponce once again on the reception for Trevor G. Browne, and that was a beautiful play there for Ponce.
It was great to see Ponce back there, by the way. He was injured earlier in the first half with an ankle injury on his left ankle, but great job of him making that catch. We'll see it right here. Then he just makes an inside move right there and shakes the defensive back to get those extra yards. Phenomenal, great move by Ponce, just thinking on the fly, how can I get separation from that defensive back? Oh, let me just cut back in the middle and shake him off to the sideline.
Great wherewithal as well for Ponce, knowing I can't go out of bounds right here. We're down.
Low snap.
C.J. Greer gets the handoff and carves his way down to the 1-yard line. And that was a tough run there from number 2, C.J. Greer, down near the goal line.
It was tough. Low snap. Possibly C.J. Greer may have scored or gotten a little bit closer if Romero would have gotten a clean snap from his center. Maybe C.J. Greer would have gotten a better run or a better crack at getting into the end zone.
Great point, Ed. That half a second delay there had to just hold up for just a little bit. And that cost him there just as he got to the edge. 2nd and goal here for the Bruins. Low snap once again. Romero goes to the air. It's incomplete. The intended target on the far side was Carlos Quinones. And Quinones was covered there by Kylan Sanders. So 3rd down and goal here for the Bruins, and Westwood. This could be a big goal line stand right here for the Warriors.
And this is clearly 4-down territory, James. No question.
Ball sits at the 2-yard line. Three by one on the outside now for Romero. He gets the snap, retreats, fires into the end zone. It's at the back of the end zone, caught for the touchdown. What a toe tap right there. A great job by Luis Ponce, and somehow he was able to get a couple of those digits down just before the white line. I don't even know how he did that, Ed.
What a great catch by Ponce to have the presence of mind to know he's coming toward the back of that end zone. I've got to catch the ball and get my tippy toes in for it to count as a touchdown. But, wow, what an athlete thinks of in the course of a play to catch the football. I've got to get my feet down. I've got to catch the football. I've got to secure it and catch it. And that's exactly what Ponce did.
And, well, if you look at the roster right there under position for number 4,
ATH.
it indeed says ATH. I am an athlete.
I love it, man.
I love that.
It's great.
2 by 1 now. They go to the air. It falls incomplete. The 2-point conversion no good for Trevor Browne. And our score, with 8.5 minutes remaining here in our 4th quarter, it's not over yet, 32-23. And the Bruins continue to trail by 9 here, down 2 scores at this point.
Yeah, Trevor G. Browne needed that desperately. Now let's see if this onside kick actually does work, because you're down, as you mentioned.
Because you know it's coming, right?
With 8.5 left and you're down by 9. This is probably a really good time for an onside kick, and hopefully if they can recover, for Trevor G. Browne's sake, they can recover it and take it back down the field for a score. We'll see.
Now, this is when you expect the onside kick. Maybe we won't get it now because we're actually expecting it, Ed. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how this whole thing goes. Thank you again for tuning in tonight here on the Epic Sports Network. We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. We got a little bit of a late start here. Kicked off about, I want to say it was 7:50 local time.
7:45,
right about there.
Yeah. But, folks, yeah, we were at the mercy of Mother Nature, and she was not happy with us before this game started. Trust me, we had quite a few lightning delays, and it rained really good out here at Trevor G. Browne.
It did come down pretty good for a little bit. But luckily, we were able to get this thing in after the weather cleared off, and since that clearing, it's been pretty nice out here. There's the onside kick, as we mentioned, covered there nicely by Winston Ty-McCovey. And Ty-McCovey doing a great job there on the hands team for Westwood. And then now the Westwood Warriors going to go back to work here and try to run this clock out, I would imagine.
Ty-McCovey's had a good second half, hasn't he? Pick 6, almost 2 interceptions this half, and a really great recovery there on special teams to secure the football for Westwood and get them in really good field position at pretty much at midfield.
Trying to make his case for the Epic Wings player of the game, which will be decided at the end of tonight's contest here, coming up in about 8.5 minutes from now. The ball spotted at the 47-yard line. First down and 10, Westwood coming out. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Jordan Hanks. Hanks gets the shotgun snap. He gives it. And Sterling Harris is met almost immediately in the backfield there. And that was big 77 on the stop, Josh Dway. And Dway is quite a load there in the middle.
Dway, I like to use the word engulfed. Mr. Harris right there, Sterling Harris.
And you take a look, get on those binoculars there, Ed, and take a look at 77. Tell me he doesn't look like he could be playing on Saturdays already, or if not Sundays. At number 9 as well down there is
number 9, Rayvonte Hill. Yes, those guys could play at the very next level and the level beyond that.
Oh, and then you got Ralph Bernard as well down there, the wrecking ball.
Mm-hmm. There's Jeffries again.
Here goes Porter Jeffries through the defense and off to the races for the Westwood Warriors 10. They finally get him at the 10-yard line, but not before Porter Jeffries rips off a huge run right there for the Westwood Warriors.
Wow, 7:34 and counting. They're trying to hold on with this 9-point lead, Westwood is, and then Porter Jeffries busts off a big run like that. He's already had a huge second half to begin with, but then you crack off a long run like that, putting even more pressure on Trevor G. Brown's defense and putting Westwood in phenomenal field position for potentially going in for another score.
Westwood coming over here to the west side tonight, and they came to play some football. Sterling Harris gets the call once again for Westwood. And once again, there's that man, Josh Dewey, in the backfield as soon as he gets the handoff.
He's got a knack of doing that, getting back in the backfield, busting through that offensive line and making plays happen from that defensive lineman standpoint. Got to make a lot more plays than that now.
Yes, they do. Second down and goal here from the 12 upcoming here for Westwood.
Captain Obvious is back in the house again, James. So for Westwood, they would love to punch it in right here as they are nursing a 9-point lead. They would love to up that to 15, 16 points with a score here and an extra point. Needless to say, the Bruins would love to get a stop right here, a turnover or force a field goal. At worst case scenario, force a field goal and not a touchdown.
Timeout on the field, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with him. You're watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. 6 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in our fourth quarter. Stay with us. The Westwood Warriors on top 32-23. It's not over yet. Come on back to Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix in 1 minute.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix for.
We welcome you back to Trevor G. Browne High School here in Phoenix. 6:28 remaining in the fourth. Westwood 32, the Bruins 23. Jordan Hanks goes to the air once again, and it falls incomplete. His intended target was Savion McCrimmon, and it falls incomplete. Third down and goal here upcoming for the Warriors from the 12-yard line. One more chance at it here for Westwood. Third and goal here as Hanks goes back to work. Two receivers to each side now. Pressure comes off the edge, and the ball falls incomplete. Savion McCrimmon was the intended target, and bearing down on the quarterback was Rayvonte Hill.
That was 9-on-9 action right there. Hill was coming for Jordan Hanks, and he saw him coming right off his right side. He saw him coming like a Mack truck, and he had to get rid of the football.
Screaming off the edge right
yes,
there
he
was Ravonte Hill.
Yeah, he was screaming. He was screaming a rock concert coming off the edge.
He was. 3-by-1 on the outside now on 4th down and goal. The Warriors are going to go for it. Jordan Hanks retreats, fires to the end zone, elevating and hauling it in for the touchdown is Nikita McCrimmon. Unbelievable job there for the senior wide receiver. One more look at it right here from the Week 7 Ed Doherty medallion recipient.
Okay, so the first thing I got to give them their flowers. They went for it on 4th down. They went for it all, James. And Jordan Hanks sits back there. He sits back in the pocket, waits for Nikita McCrimmon, who's in double coverage, to get he's free. You could throw 6 guys on Nikita McCrimmon, and he's always
open. Still open, right?
Yeah. Phenomenal throw to the back of the end zone. Nikita skies up there and catches it for the TD. Great job.
Unbelievable. The 2-point conversion is no good. It is good, excuse me. So the Warriors now on top 40-23 here over Trevor G. Browne. 6:09 remaining in our 4th quarter. And Westwood 6:09 away from handing the Bruins their first loss of the season.
This game was tied again, ladies and gentlemen, 14-14 at the half. Westwood completely turned it around. The phrase halftime adjustments, we use this in every single broadcast. The adjustments that Westwood made absolutely worked. They've scored 26 points to 9 for the home team. 26-9 run in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Whatever was said in that locker room by the Warriors, man, it worked to near perfection, JP.
Absolutely did. Make no mistake, Coach Large and his staff got on the whiteboard there at halftime and made some critical adjustments here, and they came out here almost a different team here in the second half, kept doing things the way they were doing it, but they took advantage of the miscues here in the second half by Trevor G. Browne.
Yeah, offense, defense, they got a pick 6 from Braden Adams. Winston Taimakavi picked off Romero for a 2nd straight turnover, so the defense came up big. And, of course, the offense, again, scoring 20 of the 26 points in the second half. That's major on the road against a 6A Fiesta, against a section football team that you're going up against, James.
Yeah, it's impressive here what Westwood has done coming into tonight's action at 2-3. I talked to Coach Large just the other day. I said, how are you guys going to ride that momentum from that Marana game? And he said, you know, we just got to keep doing our thing. We don't want to get too high. We don't want to get too low after a loss. And they're just coming out here and playing some really solid football here tonight on the west side. Here goes Trevor Browne now, breaking away on the far side. And that was Eric Washington on the return. And that was a heck of a return there for the Bruins. Finally knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Make that the 46. We have a penalty flag on the field. 5:59 remaining here in the 4th. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Don't forget to stay with us following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We will award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. So the foul assessed to the Browne Bruins. And right now, Westwood moving the football without even having to snap it. Kind of like they say in basketball, Ed, the best time to score is with the clock off, right?
That's right. Speaking of clock, they're 1 second under 6 minutes, 5:59 to go. Westwood up 17.
Now into Bruins territory at the 49. Jordan Hanks and his squad goes back to work now on what should be first. Now they're going to move it again. All right. Down to the 39-yard line. So they'll get the chains moved and we'll play on here. And Coach Large and his staff really doing a great job over there at Westwood High School, reestablishing the culture of greatness they've had over there for a number of years. Unfortunately, over the last 6-8 years or so, Westwood football has been kind of down, but Coach Large has really come in here and injected a lot of positivity in the program, and these kids are buying into what he's selling.
It's really interesting to watch the umpire just count off those yards and walk them off as the ball's at the 31-yard line. They're trying to make sure all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, JP.
And now the Bruins will go back to work here from their own 31. They fire it out in the flat. Does Romero. It falls incomplete. The intended target was Chance Price.
Price was open. It was just too high. Romero just let it go, and it went too high over Chance Price's head. If it was a little more accurate, Price would have made that catch.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 upcoming here now for the Bruins. 5:55 remaining here in the 4th. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. Coach Rangel going with the junior quarterback tonight, Andrew Romero. Romero now goes to the air with it. He's got a man wide open at the 40, and he somehow hauls it in and holds on to the football. What an amazing catch there at the 33-yard line. Unbelievable job. One more look at it right here.
That was a David Tyree-esque Super Bowl catch by Chance Price. He had it, lost it, somehow was able to hold the football onto his helmet and still secure the football. Great job by Price, staying, not getting too razzled because he didn't initially make that play. And, of course, you could lose your mind when you're trying to make a play, but Chance Price did not lose his mind. He kept within himself, and he made that catch.
Romero now once again going to the air with it, and it falls incomplete. He was trying to find Luis Ponce over there on the far side, and in coverage for Westwood, it was number 7, Kamari Sleet. We finally got the 7s and 8 irons out, ironed out on the Westwood there.
Yeah, we got James Wright, number 8, Kamari Sleet, number 7.
We got him, yep. Better late than never, right? Well, once again, apologies, folks, about the score bug tonight, not being able to connect up to our system. So we try to keep you updated on the score and time remaining as we go here. 40-23 our score. The Warriors on top of the Bruins. 5 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in our 4th. 3-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. He's going to go near side with it. It's too tall for Luis Ponce.
Romero's got to be more accurate with that. He didn't have any pressure really, and Ponce was out there wide open. He's just got to be able to throw it a little bit more, a bit more accuracy to make that catch, make that completion, because Ponce was wide open.
He was open on that one. That one right there comes down to follow through, Ed. Just didn't quite follow all the way through on that football, and it sailed on him a little bit.
Yeah, maybe he was a little bit too excited seeing that Ponce was so wide open, and he just lost it.
He was excited about that last play there by his wide receiver making a fantastic catch there down the field.
Was that Chance Price?
Price, yes. So now 3rd down and 10 here for the Bruins. 3-by-1 on the outside for Romero. Low snap. Pressure comes off the edge. It's well blocked. He goes to the air. It falls incomplete near the 5-yard line. His intended target was once again Chance Price. And those guys trying to heat things up. Ross Driggs back in coverage that time for Westwood.
Yeah, great coverage by Driggs. Was with number 12, Chance Price, the entire way, forcing that incompletion. It was a good throw by Romero, just that Driggs had better coverage, better protection to knock it away.
4-down territory, obviously right here for the Bruins. All these incompletions, that clock still sits at 5:14. 2-by-1 on the outside now for Romero. They leave one blocker in. That looks to be C.J. Greer. It is Greer. They pick up the blitz. He goes to the air. And it falls incomplete.
He was looking for Luis Fierro, JP. Number 43, Winston Tymakovy was back there in coverage, the linebacker.
Tymakovy out there. Ross Driggs also patrolling the area as well for Westwood.
Tymakovy's having a heck of a second half, James.
He is indeed.
Oh.
A turnover on downs now, and Westwood will take over at their own 34-yard line. 40-23 our score.
That was big for that defense, big for the Warriors defense to stop them, as they knew that Trevor G. Browne was desperate to get a score right there, but he still held them on 4th down. 5:10 left to go. They've got a 17-point lead, and their offense is back on the field.
Now they're going to run it and try to drain the rest of that clock out. Here it is. They give it off. This looks to be Sterling Harris. And Harris runs right into the big dog, Josh Dway. And Dway has been very impressive here tonight for Browne, especially in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he has. But you're right. They're going to try to milk this clock as much as they can to walk away here with the victory.
A tough 2 yards that time for Harris. Jordan Hanks now on 2nd and 8. He's got 2 receivers to the near side.
Of course, he's in no hurry, James.
Porter Jeffries in the wing. Shotgun snap. He waits for that clock to tick down, as you mentioned, Ed. And they got him all up around the headgear. Sterling Harris somehow plunges his way forward for about 2 more yards.
I think Trevor, the Bruins took a timeout.
Timeout on the field called by Trevor Browne, so we'll step aside and take that timeout with him. You're watching Thursday Night Football right here on the Epic Sports Network. We'll be right back to TGB in Phoenix right after this.
880-887-8673.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to burn calories or are on the path to earning your black belt, there is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class that covers exactly what you're searching for. Kids, teens, and adults of all skill levels, ages, and walks of life have turned to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for decades. Contact Gracie Baja North Phoenix 480-887-8673 and sign up for your free trial class today.
Gracie Baja North Phoenix. Jiu-Jitsu for everyone.
Welcome you back to Trevor Browne High School in Phoenix. The ball falls incomplete. Trevor Browne thought for a moment that they had it intercepted. And the official on the far side says he agrees with that call. It looks like it is. And they say, we'll find out here.
They say he was down.
The umpire is saying it looked like it hit the ground, and they say it hit the ground at the 44.
Yeah, umpire's signaling incomplete at the 44. You're right. So they're conferring.
Super close. Of course, the one time I hit the replay, I want to really see it. I didn't hit it. It never fails.
Incomplete, yep. That was still a fantastic effort by C.J. Greer.
It was great. Greer would have had himself his 2nd interception of the night.
Yep, and he was smart to continue to run until he hears that whistle.
Yes.
He is instructed to run that football.
Play to or through the whistle. But you at least better play to it. 3rd down and 7 here. Timeout on the field called by Westwood. Don't forget to stay with us following the conclusion of tonight's ball game. We'll award the Epic Wings Player of the Game. And Ed, we're going to have to talk about this here with 4:07 remaining here in the 4th.
Yeah, as you mentioned, a lot of candidates for either one of these football teams. That's why we have 4:07 left to decide. Oh, let's pause for that.
Special shout out to the public address announcer here tonight at Trevor G. Browne High School. Has given us a ton of love over the PA, and we really appreciate that more than you know.
I think he's read that at least 15 times tonight.
I know he has.
Oh, goodness. Free publicity. You cannot beat it.
You got to love it. You can't beat it.
Nope.
37-yard line is where that football sits, my man.
Also, we thank Epic Wings for being the title sponsor of these broadcasts.
Yes, they have done a great job with us. I'm craving some Epic Wings, actually, Ed. Lately, I've been wanting some more of those, and I'm going to have to get over there again pretty soon. See if we can't do a lunch over there someday. The Warriors will punt it away now. It takes a Westwood bounce across the 30-yard line. It finally settles down there as Jonte Meeks will down it for the Warriors. And Trevor Browne will go back to work here.
In desperation mode, clearly.
They will be in desperation mode with 3:57 remaining here in the fourth.
Yep. Down 17.
A couple of the Bruins faithful starting to file out here.
We've seen crazier things happen with 3:57 left in the game and a team down 17.
Oh, yes. It is not over yet. Don't go anywhere, folks. And we know you're going to stay tuned as well because you want to see that Epic Wings player of the game, right?
No question.
First down and 10, Browne from their own 30. Romero gets the snap. Climbs the pocket. The pressure comes from Westwood. And Romero somehow able to get rid of the football. It's intercepted at the 30-yard line. Up the near side. And he might have waded his way into the end zone for the touchdown, and he did. How about that? Ball hawking back there was Winston Ty McCovey. And Ty McCovey with a pick six house call right there for Westwood. And that will probably be the death nail there for the Trevor Browne Bruins.
Give Ty McCovey's linebacker brethren, number 44, the one tick up from his number, Benjamin Fasavalu, was the pressure that Andrew Romero had in his face the entire time. Number 44 stayed with him the entire time, had a hand on his jersey, all up in his grill. What could Romero do but get rid of the football? But you know what? Ty McCovey was right there. And unfortunately for Romero, Ty McCovey picked it. Fortunately for Westwood, he took it back for his pick six. Their second pick six of the second half, James.
Unbelievable. These guys have come to play here on the west side tonight. And this Westwood Warrior team, very impressive here as they are – looks like they're going to improve to 3-3. Hard to believe they're going to go 500 now on the season, but they've really gotten something special started over there off of Rio Salado Parkway and 8th Street.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but their defense, phenomenal in the second half. 2 pick sixes, almost 3 interceptions in the second half. But, wow, to hold Trevor G. Browne to 9 points in the second half, what a complete flip and turn of events for this Westwood Warriors football team. Their defense has come up lights out.
It's been a really impressive effort here tonight for Westwood.
Well, evidently that pick six didn't count.
All right.
Okay.
Wow. So Sterling Harris gets the call on the last play there for the Westwood Warriors. The clock runs with 3:13 and counting here in the fourth. Jordan Hanks hands it off once again to Sterling Harris. Harris picks up 4 yards on the play out to the 25-yard line. 2nd and 6 upcoming here, or make it 3rd down and 6 upcoming here for Westwood. And let's see if they're able to convert this and ultimately close out this ball game here tonight. Jordan Hanks now in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sterling Harris once again gets the call, and he is met immediately there by a host of Trevor Browne defenders. Leading the charge once again, the big fella, Josh DeWay. Wow.
Westwood still up 17 points, 2:17 left in the go. 2:17 left in the fourth quarter in this football game. The defense for Westwood has been stellar this second half, James. What more can you say about the effort those young men have made on that side of the football for the Warriors?
You can't say much more about it. And the fact that they've taken advantage of the miscues there from Trevor Browne in the second half. But, you know, Westwood was able to force a lot of those miscues, if you think about it, Ed, by great play up front, really getting after it on the offensive and defensive line. And the Warriors have been firing off the football all night long.
They have. So impressive, just their defense. Ty McCovey, 2 interceptions in this half. Braden Adams, of course, with a pick six. 3 interceptions they forced in the second half for the Warriors. That is extremely impressive on the road here in Phoenix.
They're trying to make it difficult on us to pick that Epic Wings player of the game is what they're doing right now, Ed. Because
yeah.
some of these guys, I mean, how can you not talk about Nikita McCrimmon and what he's done tonight?
How can you not talk about Porter Jeffries and what he's done tonight?
Jordan Hanks from the quarterback position.
Sterling Harris from the running back position.
I mean, you talked about Jeffries already as well. A couple of guys on defense as well, really laying some slobber knockers here tonight for Westwood.
Luckily, we have 2:17 to the side.
Jordan Hanks comes near side with it. This is Savion McCrimmon, and he has dropped almost immediately there in the backfield. And that was C.J. Greer on the stop that time for the Browne Bruins. So a turnover on downs, and Trevor Browne will go back to work here. Trailing 40-23 with 2:11 remaining here in the ballgame. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Don't forget, next week we will be out at McClintock, home of the Chargers, as the Maricopa Rams come up from Pinal County for a 5A matchup. Browne goes back to work now, 3-by-1 on the outside for Romero. Pressure comes. He goes far side with it. It's complete at the 37-yard line, all the way out to the 38. A 5-yard gain on the play.
James, next up for these two football teams is a fall break. Westwood returns Friday, October 21st against Mesa. They'll be in Mesa, so they'll be kind of closer to home.
Home of the Jackrabbits.
Yep.
A tight trips right now for Romero on 2nd down and 6. He goes to the air. He's got a man that's hauled in at the 50-yard line. A great reception there for Browne's Luis Fierro. One more look at that excellent high pointing of the football there from Fierro.
Great catch by Fierro.
Romero now once again going to the air. It's complete at the 40-yard line. And off and running now is Luis Ponce on the far side, and a penalty flag comes in there at the very last moment. Kylan Sanders in coverage that time for Westwood.
Another solid move by Ponce to get by Sanders and get all those extra yards, those yards that the Bruins need with all the desperation in the world right now. Down 17, 1:18 left in the game.
The clock runs here, Ed. No, the clock stops, excuse me, with 1:18 remaining. Epic Wings player of the game coming up. 1 minute and 18 seconds away. We'll have to run down there and get that guy and get him up here in the booth. You might have to do your famed recap for us there after the game, Ed. While I get down there and hustle up that young man.
Or we can send your son down there.
Or we can send him down there, that's right.
Yep.
Tight trips right now once again as Westwood shows blitz, and they get a little bit too close to the neutral zone. Sean Seeley in there forcing the issue. Bruins now down to the 8-yard line of Westwood.
Those 5 yards they could absolutely take those.
Oh, absolutely. You'll take any kind of free yardage you can get.
Yep. When you're down 3 scores, you'll take it.
1:18 remaining here in our 4th quarter. So glad you joined us here this evening on the Epic Sports Network. Tight trips left now for Romero on 1st down and 4. He goes to the air with it. He's got a man. He hauls it in for the touchdown. No, they say it falls incomplete. Wow, what a play there. And let's take another look at it right here. I thought he had it, but I couldn't get my head around the corner of the booth fast enough.
For a second, I thought Luis Fierro had it as well, but you got to give Kamari Sleet all the props in the world for staying with him and elevating. When Fierro went up, Sleet went up, and he forced the incompletion back in the end zone. Great job by number 7.
Yes, number 7. Kamari Sleet with the fantastic timing, as you mentioned, elevating at just the right moment. Same time as the receiver. No gain on the incompletion, 2nd and 5 here. Romero digs it off the turf on the low snap, and a penalty flag flies. Whistles all over the place. We wait for the official indication from our AIA officiating crew. It was assessed to Westwood, but I didn't see the actual call.
Me neither. I just
Regardless, second down and 2 upcoming here for the Bruins.
Yeah, I just saw the referee motion toward Westwood. It was their penalty.
Romero now back to work on second and short. Goes to the end zone. It's complete for the touchdown.
Great back shoulder fade pass from Romero to Carlos Quinones.
Carlos Quinones, indeed the receptor of that Bruins touchdown. One more look at that pitch and catch right here from Andrew Romero. Swinging it out there to Carlos Quinones. Bruins now add to their total 40-29 here with the PAT pending. 1:03 remaining here in the fourth. So glad we were finally able to get this one in here from Trevor G. Browne tonight. They fire to the end zone. Along the back end, it's complete for the 2-point conversion. A little toe drag there. And a great effort there from Trevor G. Browne in the waning moments of this fourth quarter.
Romero finds Ponche again in the back of the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Of course, earlier in the fourth quarter, he hit him for a touchdown back near that back end of the end zone for the touchdown. This time, he got him for the 2-point conversion. Makes it 40-31.
A 9-point deficit here. 1:03 remaining in the fourth.
With just a short time to go in tonight's ballgame, please call or text for your ride home.
1:03 left to go, James. Trevor G. Browne down 9 points.
Anything can happen, Ed.
Anything is possible.
It's going to all come down to this, what we will assume will be another onside kick right here. We shall see. C.J. Greer now tees it up at the 40. They do indeed onside it. It's fielded cleanly there by Ross Driggs. And Driggs might have just sealed the victory right there for the Westwood Warriors. 1 minute exactly remaining here in the ball game.
So important, those hands, parts of the special
Yes.
teams unit. The hands unit to get out there. Ross Driggs, the ball just came right to him. C.J. Greer kicked it to him. There was no fumbling with the football. Came right to him. He secured the football. That's it.
Secure that thing and get down. The natural instinct is to want to run it, try to make something happen, but especially in that type of situation, cover that thing up and don't let anyone get to it.
Yep. And then your team gets in victory formation. You guys get on the bus as you head back to Mesa.
That's it. The Westwood Warriors now line up at the 50-yard line. Victory formation indeed now for Jordan Hanks and the offense. And they will down this one. They keep the clock running. And we are just closer, ever closer now to naming our Epic Wings player of the game.
You know, I'm ready. I am going to do I'm calling an executive decision here.
All right, I like it.
I am going to make number 43, Winston Taimakovi, our Epic Wings player of the game.
I like that choice, Ed.
2 interceptions in the second half.
Unbelievable
Defense
job.
came up huge. Initially, folks, we were going to go with Porter Jeffries, but then things kind of changed on the defensive end for Westwood, and it kind of changed my thinking, and James goes along with
Hey, that's what happens when you have 2 picks in the second half and you rise to the occasion for your defense. The Westwood Warriors have defeated the Trevor Browne Bruins here tonight in Phoenix by the score of 40-31 as the last 10 seconds tick off the clock here. Congratulations to Coach Large on the victory here tonight, and it's going to be a great post-game show here in just a minute from Trevor G. Browne High School in Phoenix. Stay with us. We will take a short timeout and come right back here for more Thursday Night Football action as we try to round up our Epic Wings player of the game, Winston Taimakovi. And great job, Ed. We'll be able to confirm if we're saying that name right here in just a couple of minutes. Once again, congratulations to the Trevor Browne Bruins. They get, the Westwood Warriors get the win tonight here over the Trevor Browne Bruins by the score of 40-31. Stay with us. We'll round up that Epic Wings player of the game here momentarily and be back here with our post-game show from high atop the press box here at Bill Mitten Stadium. Stay with us here on the Epic Sports Network. More Thursday Night Football post-game coming your way in just a few minutes.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least GEICO makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Epic Wings, your wing spot since 1982, is now open in Glendale. Our Epic Wings and tenders are fresh, never frozen, and our breadsticks, sauces, and dips are made from scratch daily. It's that tradition of unwavering quality since 1982 that our customers have grown to love and why we have been named Best Wings time and time again. Come visit our newest location at 95th Avenue and Camelback in Glendale. Epic Wings, proud supporter of Thursday Night Football on the Epic Sports Network.
I'm Marty Smith, and I'm a host and reporter for ESPN. When this opportunity came my way to become a member of Pit Boss Nation, I just started laughing, honestly. I started laughing because I was like, first of all, it fits right in my wheelhouse, but second, it's another way to build community. So I'm ready to crank that thing up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Trevor G. Browne High School, site of Westwood's victory 40-31 over the hometown Trevor G. Browne Bruins. Let's go ahead and give you a recap here. Ed Cole with the Epic Sports Network. James Poovy's down on the field trying to get our Epic Wings player of the game, number 43 linebacker for Westwood, Winston Tymakovi, who had a phenomenal second half, an outstanding second half. 2 interceptions, one of 3 interceptions in the second half for the Warriors as they secure the 9-point victory on the road as they celebrate with their faithful who have traveled over here to 75th and Thomas pretty much to celebrate their victory, their 3rd victory of the season. They improved to 3-3 on the season. Trevor G. Browne falls to 5-1 on the season, 1-1 at home in their 2nd home game. Let's give you a little recap of the scoring of this game. Westwood starts off the scoring as Jordan Hanks hits Angelo Garcia in the first quarter for a touchdown. They go up 6-0. C.J. Greer puts Trevor G. Browne up 7-6 with a touchdown run of his own. Move to the second quarter. C.J. Greer gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, puts the Bruins up 14-6. Westwood comes back with a score of their own. Nikita McCrimmon with a touchdown run. They get a 2-point conversion to tie the game at 14. C.J. Greer picks off Jordan Hanks on the very next play after the onside kick. They couldn't get anything out of it. Both teams go to the halftime tied at 14. The adjustments that the Westwood Warriors made in that locker room was great because they came out on fire, especially defensively. Porter Jeffrey starts off the scoring in the 3rd quarter, number 37 for Westwood, with a touchdown run of his own, set up by a great 6-yard run to put them up 20-14. The Bruins come back. Miguel Fierro hits a 44-yard field goal. That was huge for the Warriors as they stopped them, forcing the field goal for Trevor G. Browne. That tightens it up at 20-17. Westwood has a 3-point lead. Braden Adams gets a pick 6, one of the three interceptions we talked about. That gives them a little bit of space, Westwood. They have a 9-point lead at the time, up 26-17 as we see Tymakovi's coming up. James got him, so the aforementioned Tymakovi picks off Romero, 2nd straight turnover. Braden Adams with the pick 6, Tymakovi with the interception. 4th quarter, we move. Hanks hits Jeffries for a touchdown, makes it 32-17. Westwood gets even more separation. Romero hits Ponce for a touchdown for Trevor G. Browne, tightens it up 32-23. Porter Jeffries gets a huge run late in the game. Hanks hits McCrimmon for a touchdown, makes it 40-23. Winston Tymakovi gets an interception. The young man is coming up here. And Romero hits Quinones for a touchdown, which makes it 40-31, the ultimate outcome of the game. What's up, brother? How you doing? Come on over. And that is the victory that the Westwood Warriors get. They move to 3-3 on the season as they get ready for a nice, well-deserved fall break with a great road victory They'll head back to Mesa as they improve to 3-3 on the season. You scoot up a little bit, bro. There we go. I'll put that on you. James is going to put his headset on.
All right, let's bring this other camera in here right quick.
Yeah, let's bring it. Let's pull the GoPro in right here.
And guess what, Ed? We were saying it right. Ty McCovey.
We said it right the entire time?
Yes, we did.
Good.
Let's see here.
Let me fix the GoPro. We got it. No worries. No worries.
There we go.
Let me fix the. Let me get all this stuff off the screen.
Now scoot up here a little bit if you can.
There we
get
go.
in here a little bit. There we go.
There we go.
That's it. That's it.
All right, let's bring this young man on.
All right, here we go. We are pleased now to be joined by the Epic Wings player of the game, Winston Ty McCovey. What an effort for you, young man. You guys played well all night long, but you really came up big in that second half. 2 interceptions. What did your coaches tell you in the locker room at halftime? We were knotted up at 14 apiece, and then you guys came out in the second half and really started balling.
Well, he really told us we were doing everything good. We were doing fine. The only thing that was hurting us was our mental mistakes. Everything, we were just shooting ourselves in the leg. Like, we were just doing everything else wrong on our own. And when we walked into that locker room,
You're
sorry,
okay.
I was so tired.
Okay.
And I'm nervous. This is my first time.
No, you don't have to be nervous. I made you truck it all the way up here from the far side of the field, so you're good.
Winston, you're good. You're only watching. 1 million people are watching right now. You're no pressure. You're good. You're good.
But, yeah, like Coach said, he just told us keep our head up, make sure, like, we just had to communicate. We had to bring the energy together because I feel like we were doing so good, like, as a group, but not very individually in the first half. And then in the second half, we were doing everything so good individually and collectively.
Winston, were you seeing things differently that the offense for Trevor G. Browne that Andrew Romero was trying to run? Were you able to kind of pick things out and read things more differently than you were able to in the first half when they scored 14?
Yeah, so in the first half, I would say I think first half, like Coach Lick, our defensive coordinator,
yeah.
I feel like he had us well prepared. Everything that we seen in the first half, we seen it at practice. Everything that was going on, we already had that going on at practice. So, like, and then when they started hitting us with stuff that we haven't seen, we just needed to quickly adjust to it. And then after that, we were good.
You guys had a big win last week, 59-58 over Marana. You come across town here to play a 5-0 undefeated before you guys came over. Trevor G. Browne team, and now you guys come out of here 3-3, and you guys are really starting to roll there at Westwood.
Yeah, so I just feel like we had, like, a lot of, like, little mistakes, like, starting off the season, and then we weren't really, like, doing good as a group, like I said.
Yeah.
Like, we had boys doing their thing, like, one-on-one, like, doing their own thing, but then as a group, we weren't really strong. And then as we kept going game by game, we just started getting closer, stronger together.
Winston, for you in the second half, what were you seeing? How was the game evolving in this game? How was it changing for you as you got those 2 interceptions? Were you seeing things differently? Were you kind of picking out things that you were not able to see in the first half?
So in the first, like, so when they would come out in that 3x1, that trips, they would hit me with like a fast out, a fast arrow. And then I wasn't really seeing that. I was always playing that late because I'm never taking that man. Like, I'm never taking that arrow. Like, I know I'm slow, but I'm not going to take that.
You're playing disciplined defensive football. That's exactly what your coach would do, right?
Yeah. So then second half we came out, and then I seen that. And then right when I seen it, dang, that ball was there.
You knew.
I didn't know how to act. You see, off the first pick, my celebration was off. I didn't know how to act when I got that pick. Like, I didn't know what to do.
That's okay.
So,
you celebrated the best way you knew how.
And I ask, I'm sorry, James. So does the game physically, does it really slow down for you when you see that kind of, that you see the ball coming to you? I always want to ask athletes like that, or does it just come at you full speed? When you're having a second half like that.
So it's like a mix between both. Like, that first pick I had, that was full speed. I didn't even know I was getting that first pick. And then towards the second pick, I was biting on it. I was waiting for that to happen. I was waiting for it.
But that was because your experience. You've been reading that quarterback the whole game. And you were trying to find out his tendencies. Mm-hmm. That's how you become a good football player right there.
Mm-hmm. Winston, for you guys to come here and beat a 5-0 team, a quality football team on the road in your house, what does that mean for your program?
I'm not going to say too much. I just feel like it was very good for us. Like, it's amazing, but we should never be, like, looking down, playing down. I feel like this was good competition for us, and we should have won. Like, we won this game as a group, and we should have won this game.
You know, I could tell this week when I got to talk to Coach Large that you guys are not afraid of taking on a challenge, and you come across down here and beat, like Ed said, a really good 5-0 Trevor Browne football team, and now you're just going to continue to build on this win and just on to the next week right now for the Warriors, right? You guys doing the Hawka over there after the post game, and that was great stuff.
Got to keep it in between the culture, let everybody know, like, this is what we do. We do it for our people. We do it for our islands. We do it for everybody back at home.
Fantastic stuff. Any shout-outs you want to give out to your family might be watching here tonight?
Got you right on the camera,
I just want
brother.
to shout out my mom, all my family, my big bros, the Samurai, and the T's. We telling you, baby.
Great stuff here. Our Epic Wings player of the game, Winston. Say it again for me. Ty McCovey.
Yep,
correct?
that's me.
Congratulations, young man. We appreciate you taking the time to come up here and join us.
Having me today.
Thank
Once
you.
again, the Westwood Warriors getting the win tonight here over the Trevor Browne Bruins, 40-31, a 9-point ball game. But, Ed, it was a slugfest all night.
It was, but it was a quality victory for them to come on the road and beat this Bruins team. Again, a 5-0 football team, a quality football team. Great road victory for the Westwood Warriors.
Absolutely was. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, our videographer, Alexis Weissar, our assistant, Brecken Poovey tonight, who kind of had the night off there, but we'll talk about that later. We couldn't get quite the score bug working, but that things happen in live television, folks. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Once again, our final score here tonight from Trevor G. Browne, 40-31. The Westwood Warriors getting the victory on the road here tonight to improve to 3-3 overall. Everybody have a great night. We will talk to you again next week from Tempe's